Welcome back to another episode of the Chad Smith Podcast. My name is Chad Smith. Today is Tuesday, December 28th, 2021. I'm joined this morning, once again, by my loyal co-host all the way from Fresno, California. Please welcome Sonny Conway.
What's going on, guys? Good morning.
What's going on, man? We're back in here.
Yep, back at it.
That's right.
Hope everyone's getting ready for the New Year's.
Back after the Christmas break. It was hard for me to get up and get going again. But we're here. We're live. Let's see here. A couple things. First, once again, I want to shout out Cassie from Oracles and Beyond for booking today's guest, for always sharing our content, and always just being there when we need her. She's the best.
She's awesome.
We really appreciate everything Cassie's done for us and continues to do. Please subscribe to her channel over at Oracles and Beyond on YouTube. Really appreciate that. Also, I'd like to remind everyone to please like this video and consider subscribing to the channel. We really appreciate that. It helps us grow in the community. And now we have Chad Smith Podcast merch. So if you'd like to check out some of our merch, that's over at chadsmithpodcast.com. I really do appreciate all your support there. And for today, we've got a guest all the way from the UK. So we didn't have to wake her up early in the morning for her to be here. She's already up and moving. So that's cool. I don't feel bad about waking anyone up. So please welcome. Her name is Sherry Brett. Sherry is a natural witch. She's a Celtic shaman in training and has been into the paranormal research for over 20 years. She has her own research and investigation company known as PWIRD. And please visit her YouTube channel. It is called Paranormal World Investigators, and I will put her link in the description and also in the chat in a second here. So please welcome all the way from UK, Sherry. How's it going, Sherry?
Hello. How are you?
Good,
Hello,
very
everyone. Good. Big shout out to Oracles. Thank you, Cassie.
Yeah, we woke her up, she says. She says, just kidding, though. She is awesome. So thanks, Oracles, thanks, Cassie, for hooking us up.
She sets an alarm to get up and come and watch this show.
She does.
She's awesome.
Yeah, and I just talked to her just a few hours ago, so I was like, are you really up right now? She's like, yeah, I'm going to go back to sleep, though, for a second. So cool. Let's see here. Sherry, what really got you into the paranormal world? Like, did you start out as a kid always being interested in this kind of stuff, or?
For me, the paranormal started from a very young age because I've been able to communicate and see spirits since I was very young. So I communicate, channel spirits, and have been able to for a very long time. So for me, I've always had that interest in the paranormal, and due to losing people that I love as well, I'm wanting to be able to see what happens to them after we pass over. That got me interested in the paranormal even more. And now I could say that I'm somewhat addicted to it, to every aspect of the paranormal, not just spirits, but UFOs and aliens, cryptos. I'm into all of it. I find it all very fascinating.
That's cool.
Experiences and things that I've gone through all of my life.
Cool. So you do find that everything is kind of connected. It's not really like everything is separate.
I say that the world is all one. Okay, so spirits, crypto, UFOs, this world, the universes, they're all one thing. They all come from one place, whether that's God or if that's something of a higher power than that. People never fully know that, but I believe in many things. I'm a very open book. I was christened young as a Christian, but I didn't believe in the church way. I believe that you could love God and things another way, which is through nature. That's what I believe. But then I found my religion in paganism. I don't follow everything in paganism, but I do believe in their beliefs. I believe in the natural side of paganism and nature, same as my shaman side as well. Shaman's about being with the elements, being with the natural energies of the planet. And I believe in that and communicate with that very well. So, yeah, I believe everything is one.
Right. That's a question that comes up a lot when we talk about this is, some people have the opinion that Bigfoot is Bigfoot and he's by himself and he is his own energy. And then there's UFOs over here and ghosts over here. And then, but lately, the people that we've been talking to share your same opinion, how they think that everything is kind of connected, like all one energy. Everyone's made up of the same thing. We're all part of the same universe, and everything is all connected into one.
In my belief, I believe that we are many things. We're not just human. We've been animals. We've been aliens. We've been all sorts of things, which is why we have this connection with them. I do believe that 100%. And you know, they are around, and you know, I work to prove that. And obviously, yeah, we are here as well to be able to debunk stuff, but my main aspect is to get out there and show people the real world and what actually really is out there, and to open people to that, because there are a lot of people that don't believe in this stuff and don't believe how connected they are to it, and don't
Mhm.
see that. And I think that's very important, that this sort of thing should be made
Yeah.
so everyone can see it.
How often do you take someone with you that's a skeptic and not, well, it's still
In the
open-minded, but
In the past, I used to take people out, and I've got a team
mhm.
that had a number of different people, skeptics. All of them are all believers now. You can't help it when you're around me, because things just always happen for some reason. So I'm very attracted to energies, and they're very attracted to me. So, but I've had people that have come out and they've been against it, and they're like, "No, I don't believe in it." And then they've been like, "Well, like something happened." Like they're not fully there yet, but they've had those experiences. They can't explain it. That's what I like. Like I like skeptic people. Okay,
Mhm.
if they're respectful though. So you've got two different types of skeptical. You've got the ones that come in your room and cuss you and don't believe in it, and then lastly, you've got the ones that want to learn and to try to be changed.
Yeah.
And they're the people that I sort of aim for. And just to show people that as an individual human being, person that you are, it's okay to be different. It's okay to believe in the things that you believe in. There is nothing wrong with being who you are.
Right.
So
Yeah, and
that's
it's
what.
almost like a kind of have to go with your gut kind of thing. Like if your gut is telling you that this stuff is real, then just go with it. Like enough
Yeah,
people around have the same ideas and enough people have the same beliefs, so there's got to be something to it. And if that's what you feel inside,
it's
then
like when you go into investigations and you investigate the paranormal, you investigate UFOs, investigate cryptos. It's all completely different. Okay, you have to do things a different way. But the simple fact is they're all an energy, even if they're living or they're not. Okay, they're all part of an energy of this world, and they're all capable of communicating with you if they want to. Okay, so I'm one of these. I don't go in force filling and making them do things. I give them that option to want to communicate. I believe very strongly in respecting good or bad, no matter what they are. You
mhm.
know, because in my opinion and from my experiences, you do not fully understand them. You do not fully understand what they're capable of. So why would you step that line to find out what they're going to do to you? I
Yeah.
personally, through helping a client in the past, was attacked by what you would know as a demonic spirit. I had been given blood poisoning. All of my neck was just flesh. It ripped all my skin away. There was upside down crosses on my neck. I've had a very negative experience, but that's what made me want to do this more, because I wanted to understand why these energies act and do the things that they do.
Mhm.
And through doing that, I've learned that these demonic spirits that you fear, yes, they can be dangerous. Yes, be very careful, but they are capable of emotion and feeling as well. If you think of it, a demonic spirit is known as a fallen angel. Okay, so they will want something of a good light. They understand emotions, they understand feeling, they understand all of that. They just choose to not be that way.
Hmm.
And you know, people go, "Laura, how can you tell the difference between a good spirit and how can you tell the difference between a bad spirit?" Good spirits are 9 times out of 10 human spirit or an elemental spirit or a nature spirit, but you've got bad in both. Okay, so when I'm communicating with spirit and I come across a demonic spirit or I come across a normal spirit has got a soul, even though it's passed over, it has a light that symbolizes what it is. Where I've noticed that when you go around demonic spirits, they don't show off a light. They're very dark, they're very heavy, they do not show a soul in that way, which is a way that I'm able to tell that. And obviously being able to see them and picking up on them and things as well. So for me, That's what I want to put out there to everybody. I don't like people go, well, should we really be doing investigations if there's demonic spirit and bad spirit involved? Yes, because paranormal is not just about the good side, it's about the bad side. It's understanding both sides of the world. Okay,
Right.
there's good and bad in this world, there's good and bad in everything. So, and it's what makes this world balanced. Okay, so even like people might say a very negative thing about bad spirits, but bad spirits can be used in a positive way. They're not always there to cause you harm, they're there just for other reasons. You know,
Mm-hmm.
some of them are out to hurt you, some of them will not start with you, will not hurt you unless you give them a reason to. You know, if
Yeah.
you're going to go in there and disrespect them and things like that, then that's what I expect. So I try to learn people to be respectful. I try to learn people to open up to the investigations, to do it safely and to do it right. That's why I have my company. Yeah, I do my research and my investigations, but I also
Mm-hmm.
train and help people to reach their standard as doing investigations safely. That's my aim, is to bring more people into the field.
Okay, very good. Well, that sounds awesome. Do you, with the negative energies or the entities, do you think that there's any, in your opinion, is there a rehab situation where we can take the negative energies and maybe help them out and get them back to the lighter side of things, or once you're a negative or a
The
dark
thing is, not
entity?
all negative energies are human spirit, and they're always made to be that way. It all represents on what their actions and ways in life have been. So for some, you know, you could come across a very negative spirit that isn't demonic,
Mm-hmm.
just a person that's very angry, very bad. Just you can bring them round, talking to them, reasoning with them, showing them some respect, doing
Mm-hmm.
certain blessings and cleansings, using certain objects and tools that can help them to come to that light. With demonic spirit, yes, you can help them, but that is by sending them back to where they come from. So you would do your rituals or your exorcisms, and you use many different sorts of tools and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There are many ways that you can get rid of a spirit. You can bound a spirit, which is where you can bound it to an area so it can't come back into that place. You can send it over, you can cross it. You know, any spirit is capable of being crossed. Just some of them take a lot longer to be able to get rid of because of what they are.
Okay. Yeah, I guess just that's just like my
Thing is,
natural
is if anyone
whatever.
turns around and tells you one way to get rid of a negative energy or get rid of a normal spirit,
Uh-huh.
in my opinion, they're not teaching you right, okay? Because the fact is when you're in the paranormal, you're in any sort of strange and unknown, every energy that you come across is different. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
every cleansing, every haunting, every manifestation of a spirit is different and all needs to be treated differently. You can't go and do one demonic spirit and do the other one the same way. Okay. They all need different things. They're all at different levels, different
Mm-hmm.
heights. So what might work for a lower class demon is not going to work for a higher class demon. There are different things and strategies you would need to bring into it.
Okay. Have you ever been brought in to remove a negative entity like that in
Yes,
someone's
I
house?
exorcismed somebody's house that had a child in it that was being affected by three demonic spirits at first, and then it ended up being five. There was two of them in the loft, and there was three that would roam around in the house. That's where I got the attack that I was saying to you about, where I had
Oh,
my neck was that I was attacked on my neck with upside down crosses and got blood poisoning and nearly died. I ended up in hospital
holy smokes!
months later. So yeah, I
So
have
they
come
really did
quite
not want you
extreme.
there.
Yeah. The fact is, because they knew who I was, they knew that I was capable of getting rid of them. So they tried to do things to put me off that, but it didn't work because anybody that knows me knows that I'm a very determined person. And when I want something done, I'll do it. So even after being attacked, I still went up to this house and got rid of these energies, protected that family because that's my job. That's how I look at
Wow.
it. And I become very ill after, but I would do it again because it's a family and it's helping them and it's helping the spirit. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, that's great. Gave me goosebumps. That's awesome.
I'm
Yeah,
a bit
cause
hardcore, to be honest. And a lot of my investigations, I go out on my own. I'll walk in through woods. I'll walk through graveyards at night at 12 o'clock at night on my own. It does not phase me at all. Like,
that's awesome. We need more people like you. I hear a noise in the night, and when it's dark out, all the lights are on.
No, I have a light in here because I have a lot of energy in my house that moves around, and because of my dog, I do keep a light on. But for me, like, yeah, I'm not the greatest fan of the darkness, but when it comes to communicating with them and being around them, it doesn't bother me. I feel comfortable because of the energies I have that protect me. I have certain energies around me that protect me, so I feel safe to go out. I've always got a torch. I've got something to give me a little bit of light, but I've
Yeah.
never let it stop me. And everyone just goes, "You're nuts. Why do you go out on your own? You're a female." I'm like, who's going to hurt? Like, I don't fear spirit. I fear human, not
Right.
spirit. I'm comfortable around spirit, but human, I do fear.
Yeah. Humans are a lot more
You don't
Yeah,
unpredictable.
unpredictable. Yeah.
do you have a team or do you have anyone you take with you when you
I
go out?
have people. I've got like 6 people that come, but they've got their own lives and they don't always come out a lot. In the last couple of years, it's been a lot of it doing it on my own because they've got their own things they're doing. But I have somebody there that, they're saying that they want to start coming back out and they want to start joining back up with me and stuff. But we'll see. To be honest, I love them guys, but I also love doing what I do on my own. I like being in control. I find that I get a lot more communication when I'm on my own, and I get to be able to have more one-to-one experience with the spirits, because I feel for me it's very important to respect them, to acknowledge them, and that's a very important that's a very important thing. And anybody investigating should understand that you're not always going to get evidence. Sometimes you will, sometimes you won't. And I've always specified the very most important thing about being an investigator is never pretend to make something happen. It will happen naturally. You are mocking the paranormal world when you're doing that, when you're faking things and you're doing things you shouldn't be doing. You're mocking them, and you're mocking the people that are working in this professionally, and there's no reason to have to do that. So anybody that ever comes over to me that's new and wants to go into it, I just say, just be you and be real and be
Right.
respectful.
Yeah, I think that that lends a lot of credibility to
Yeah, no problems.
the research.
It is. And the thing is a lot of people, they'll go out to places and then they don't go there again because nothing happens. The thing is a lot of the energies you come in contact with are people. They still act the way that they did when they were living, when they are dead. If they don't want to talk to you, they won't talk to you. It may be that you're there at the wrong time and the wrong moment and they're not feeling like they're wanting to communicate with you. It doesn't mean there isn't anything there. So I've always said to people, you have to give it time, because with this sort of work, it's time consuming and there's a lot of sitting around and waiting, but that is just what it is.
Yeah.
And when you do get that evidence, it's the most best feeling in the world when you can get that. Like, I physically see it, and
Right.
I physically see things happening, but my guys can't. So for me, that's a really big thing, that they're getting to see and experience what I'm physically feeling and getting,
Right.
and it's just amazing.
Yeah, I can relate to that. When you're looking up at the sky, you might stare at the sky for a couple hours before you see a shooting star, but as soon as you see one, you're
Yeah.
like, "Oh my, that was the coolest thing." That's pretty
It is,
cool.
and that is what it is, and the same with the communication with them. They're not just going to start to automatically connect to your spirit boxes and stuff like that. You've got to ease them into that. You've got to make them understand that. You've got to remember that in the paranormal, you come across many different spirits, new spirits, and spirits that are from many, many years ago. They're not going to know what an EVP or a VAT cam recorder or anything is. You need to be able to explain to them what that is. So
Okay.
for me, I'm a very old school investigator. Okay, like, I like all these SLS cameras and that, but I don't use them. I've got EVPs, cam recorders, motion sensors. I use the white noise. I use pendulums. I use dowsing rods. I use white noise through boxes. I do old school and new school, because then both sides of the spirit will communicate. The ones that are from an older time and the more up to date, and that's
That's
what I do.
that's awesome. That's the first time I've
Yeah,
heard that where people are
yeah.
using two different.
Well, if you think about it, when you're going to a place, say you've gone to a place that's like from the 1600s and them spirits are walking around, they're not going to know what an EVP is, are they? They're not
No.
going to know what a torch is, because they didn't have torches and stuff. Okay, so I've got a candle here which represents your light. This torch here does the same thing. Okay, so you've got this noise, white noise, that you're used to. Well, I use that white noise, but this box does the same thing. And then they can understand. So I do explain that, because sometimes they do need to be explained to, because they're like, what the hell is that? Like,
Right.
What are you putting in front of me?
This is an iPhone.
It doesn't hurt me. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's good
Right.
energy. Like, but they don't know those things. So I'm
Yep.
very about the new and the old because I
That's
think it
awesome.
works better.
And you say when the bad stuff happens, it more intrigues you, makes you want to keep after it, keep doing it.
Yes, but in a
But
respectful
does it
way.
scare you? I mean, does it scare you a little bit? It
Of
has to.
course, anybody that
Okay.
turns around and investigates and says that it does not scare them, that they're lying to you. Okay, there's always going to be moments where your heart's racing, where you're feeling a bit on edge, or you feel you've got to move away from a place. No matter how many years you've been in this, you never get used to it. There's always new things happening. Yes, I get freaked out a little bit, but I've learned to be hardcore, as I said. Even though I've got the fear and my belly's going 10 to a dozen, I show that I'm fierce. I'm like, come on then, come towards me because I'm going to talk back to you.
Right.
And that is what I'm like. And I'm not disrespectful. And I've only ever been attacked once by a demonic. And it's very rare to come across them. Very rare to come across them.
I have a newfound respect for what you do. I went and walked. We do drag races here. We put on the drag races, and where we hold the drag races is at an old army base, and they have old retired barracks. They're actually fallen down. They're really old barracks. They're gonna redo them, but it takes a while. So they're still like they were when they bought the place a long time ago.
You know, like when you go to these places, it's like a lot of people say to me, well, I don't get very much evidence now. I said, a lot of people, even though they want to see paranormal evidence, you know, like I'm one of these, I don't edit my videos and that, I keep it natural how I got it. That is how I like to be. I like to be as natural as possible. I don't like anybody to be able to tell me I've put something into a video, so I don't do it and I'm not good at it. Okay. So everything I do is natural and they're done. Okay. So when I do my videos, sometimes I don't get any evidence, but having videos and pictures of those places, that history is just as cool to look at than getting the evidence of the paranormal. It links that paranormal activity that supposedly happens. So like my guys love it. They're like, yeah, you don't always get activity, but do you know what? Some of your places are so cool that you go to and you learn and see so much from seeing it. And that is what an investigator is. It isn't just catching evidence, it's catching the history. It's showing the history. It's showing where they came from. It's all of those things. That's what I believe.
I walked through those barracks at nighttime by myself, and I'm one of those people where I didn't think anything would happen. I just did it to do it because I was there, and we talked to quite a few people now that some of them do what you do, and I wanted to feel it for myself. I wanted to see what it felt like to go in there by myself, for one, and I videoed the whole thing. I walked through this empty room, and when I get into this other room, I'm kind of telling you what I'm seeing. You know, it's just bathrooms and stuff. Something makes a noise behind me in this empty room that I just came out of, and it's a loud thud. It's so loud, you hear it. You hear it in the video. It's really loud. It scared the hell out of me. I turned around, and I probably stood in one spot for a good 15 seconds. I could not walk back in that room. I wanted to real bad. But
and that's normal. And that is normal.
I walked back in there, and there was still nothing in there, but so loud. The thud sounded like someone smacked the wall behind me or something. It was loud.
Don't you find that fascinating though? That knowing that you're in that room and you know you was in there just before, and there's nothing there. Like you can't. Like that's what I love about it. It's the adrenaline rush as well. Yeah, it's knowing that something could happen, but something might not. And for me, I've always said that when you're going to go out investigating and people tell you you've got a haunted place and you've got this and they've got that, always go in with an open mind, okay? Because not everything that you're going into is paranormal, okay? And if you're going in there thinking that something's haunted and something's paranormal, you're going to be hearing things that are not happening. Like your mind is very good at making you think things are happening when it's not, okay? So I always say to people, even though you've been given the history and you've been told about this place, go in there with an open mind, because the more open mind that you are, the more that will happen that will be real. When you're sitting there and you're believing something's going to happen, you're going to start hearing things from behind you. You're going to start thinking something's touching you. You do need to be open to it, because not everything is paranormal. There is explanations to why some people get creaks in their houses and stuff. There are other reasons to why it's happening. It's not somebody's feet walking across your floorboards. It's the house expanding and de-expanding because of heat and things like that. But they can sound like something is going on. That's why I say go in there with an open mind and always look and work things out before you actually say it's haunted.
Yeah.
Because you've got to remember as well, doing this, you've got to think about the people that you work for, the people that you help. When you go into those people's houses, their life depends on you, okay? And if you're going to stand there giving them the most worstest story when you don't know if that's the case yet, that's not going to look good on you. You've got to go there going, okay, I've got your evidence, I've heard you, I'm now going to feel this for myself. If I witness anything, then I will go further. If they obviously send me videos with proof that stuff's moving, then it's different. I go in there with the exception. Yes, it's haunted because I've seen it. I've seen the stuff moving about. I've seen this going on. But I will always still try to find explanations for other things that might be going on in their home as well. Because not all of it is.
I had a question. Unless you have another question, Sonia?
No, go ahead.
I didn't go on this ghost tour. I wish I did, but there's a ghost tour through my town around Halloween where they'll take a group through just through our small town, and they'll say like, okay, this house has this person that sees, this entity, and then they'll go to another house, and this was a farmer's house back in the day. And one of them, there is a lady that she claims that there is a because her house was one of the only houses in the area at the time when it was built, and it was a farmer's house, and the farmer would come home every day and put his boots, down on the ground, and then he would walk upstairs, and apparently she hears him still doing that, and like she'll hear like the door, sometimes it'll sound like the door's closing, and then she'll hear like boots walking up the stairs or something. So is that something that happens a lot, where these entities get into like a routine throughout their life and then they stick to that routine?
There is a haunting known as a residual haunting. Okay, a residual haunting is where an energy can be apparent in the home.
Mm-hmm.
It will replay that moment or the times and the things that they would have done. So what she is hearing constantly and over again is a residual haunting. It's where this energy is living its life over and over again. It's replaying everything that he would do. So these spirits are normally oblivious to our living. They are living in their time. They're not seeing that our world has changed, that their house that they're walking around in has changed. They see it the way that they would remember it to be.
Okay.
They would not be aware of other people being around. Then you have the intelligent hauntings, which are spirits that are very aware of the change of the atmosphere and very aware of people around them. They're able to move and interact. As you do in a residual, they will move and act and do things, but it's not as often to see them. And when you do, they're not aware that you're seeing them because of what they are. But in an intelligent haunting, they are very aware of your communication. They're very aware of what you're doing. They're very aware of the environment around them. And that normally 9 times out of 10 are very aware that they're dead. Okay, so that a residual haunting is more known because there are a lot of residual hauntings, because a lot of energies, people pass over, they've had a traumatic time, they've got family, they've got memories that hold them. This becomes a residual haunting because they relive those memories, they relive those moments. So that a residual haunting is more known.
So okay, that makes a lot more sense then. Is there with a residual haunting, is there ever a time when they will pass over? Like, will they find something?
Yeah, in residual hauntings, if you go like in residual hauntings and stuff, like even though they're in that time, there are still things that you can do. You can do crossings and blessings and stuff. You can still form lights and things for them to be able to see, and there's devices. There are things that you can use that they can hear their voices. They can hear things, so they know what's going on. I'm not saying they can't completely communicate with you, but physically going to you as a person, they would not be able to see you, but they might be able to hear other things around them. Okay. So there are ways to help them, but it can take longer because of what they are. It's making that communication with them and helping them to understand that they've actually passed over and that they actually need to be helped and to move over. That's a long process. That's cleansings, blessings, all sorts of things to try to open them to that prospect of going. Where with intelligent hauntings, it's very easy to send them over if they want to go, because they're very aware of what you're doing.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I would have thought that it would have been backwards. Like the intelligent ones would have said, "No, I'm staying here for good, and nothing's going to get me out of here."
That's not what I'm saying. Obviously, with an intelligent haunted, because they are very open to you communicating with them, and they are very aware of their atmosphere, they're going to be very aware of you picking up your candle and saying, "We're going to help you to cross over if you want to." They don't have to go. They can choose to go. We can't make them. They can choose to go. But with certain energies, if there's certain things going on, there are things you can put in place to make sure that they do. Okay. Normal spirits, human spirits, you can't force them to go. There are things that keep them here. That is not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is an intelligent spirit would be easier to move over than a residual one.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Thank you for explaining that. It makes a lot more sense now.
You said they might not be able to see us like we don't see them, but have you physically? We can see them sometimes, right? Like, have you seen a spirit?
Oh yeah, like it's more their side that they're not all. I'm not saying that all of them don't. They might see something. They might see something move, but that they're not as open to communication the way that an intelligent haunting would be. So they're normally not very aware of you being there. We could still physically see them, of course we can, because they are energy, and if they're doing something, a lot of times can see those things happening, but they're just not aware that you're seeing that happening. So, that's, like I've had it. There was this one occasion where I went to where there was this residual haunting going on over and over again. I had to do cleansings, blessings of the house. This spirit was not aware of the people in the house. And when I come in and I use this equipment and I was doing the work that I was doing, this spirit come very aware of what had happened to it. And in my opinion, it freaked out because it didn't realise it was dead, and it didn't realise it was living with other people. And it was like bringing two worlds together. You can bring the two worlds together. You can help them, but you do have to put a lot of work, and you do need to get to the bottom of what the haunting is, how it happened, where they came from, who it might be. Where with an intelligent haunting, it's not as bad because you can sit there and just help them because they're normally aware of it. With a residual haunting and a residual spirit, you have to get to the bottom of what happened to them first to be able to even be able to move them forward and stuff. If you don't know a lot about them, there's not going to be a lot you can do for them. You do need to do your research and look into what aspects might help them. And then, like I said, every spirit is different.
Makes sense. I want to change gears a little bit, just a little bit. Half hour in now. I want to see do you have any stories about like maybe some of your favorite investigations or any like, because we love stories. I'd love to hear a story.
Well, my first one I had this experience with a spirit here. There was this female, she came in and she hadn't long passed over. And I communicated and talked to them, tried to help them, give them grievance and like make them understand what's going on. Now, I made the mistake of not explaining to her that she can walk through doors. Okay. So I'm sitting there and I'm talking to her, and something happened in the front room that I needed to go and look at. So I've shut the bedroom door behind me and she's still in the bedroom. So she's come running out because she was in quite a bad way and she was confused. She runs through the door and she freaks the hell out. She's like, "Oh my God, what happened? I've just been sucked through the door." I was like, "No, you didn't. You're a spirit. That's normal. You can do that. Am I supposed to do that?" And I'm like, "Yes, you are supposed to do that. You do need to learn them. Like for me, you do need to learn them as well. They're not just going to come in, die and be able to start walking. Like a lot of people go, "Oh, they can just do this and do that." Like I've witnessed spirits, learning to walk on the ground and sinking into the ground because they're trying to. They've got to use the energy within their head. They're not a physical body anymore, so they've got to be able to learn their body to do something in a different way. So I've had experiences where I've had fully grown men that have passed over, sinking in the ground and freaking out, going, "Why am I sinking? Please help me, help me." Like just focus on walking. And that you're standing on the ground. And, if you see these things, you would crack up because some of their reactions, they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Why am I sinking? Like when you see their head going across so it is really fascinating.
Yeah.
One of my other ones was at a house when I first started out many years ago. I was took by some guys that I know that were just doing it as a hobby. I was getting really into it. And we're in this house and they shut me in this room. And there's a chair and I'm sitting there. And this very lovely spirit decided to start toying with me. So I start feeling him touching me on the shoulder. So I've turned and I've looked and I'm moving. He's moving around me. Then he goes to the other side and I get up and I go towards this door and I'm like, let me the hell out of this room. I don't know what he's doing, but he keeps touching me. I don't like being touched unless I invite them to do it. They would not let me come out of the room. They said, no, you've got to stay there another 5 minutes. I go back to the middle of the room to go and sit on the chair, and he moves the chair, and I land on my ass on the floor. They do have jokes with you.
So they do have. Yeah, I was going to say they didn't lose their personality.
No, they don't. Like a lot of people, when people pass over, they think that they change, and they don't. They're still that person. They've still got that personality. They still do those jokes. They still love their loved ones. They're still that person that you remember when they're living. They've just become an unphysical body. They're now of a spirit body. You know what I mean? So, and for that, it's more fun for them because they can't always be seen, so they can do it a lot more easier. You know what I mean? And like at this occasion, I could see him standing in the corner, and I'm like, stop touching my shoulders. And I got up and I walked to this door and I'm walking back towards the chair and I turn around and I go, don't even try and do anything funny. And he moves the chair and I landed on the floor.
That's pretty funny. I mean, I have to say it's pretty funny.
Yeah. And then I had an experience when I was young, when I went to a place called Neverswell Manor, a very old, massive house. I went with my school. And I witnessed a headless ghost walking down the corridor, and it scared the crap out of my friends because they see it as well. They're like, oh, what's that? Like, literally, we're walking down this corridor and we see this energy coming and it's got no head. My friends are freaking out and screaming and running the opposite direction, and I'm walking towards it. I'm like, come on, guys. They're like, nah, hell no. Right? But it's been there from a very young age, you know what I mean? And then, like, we're standing in the toilet later on and we're showering and we're doing whatever. And one of my girl mates got slapped full pelt on the arse by a male spirit, and left a handprint on her bum. She screamed. There was nothing there. She turned around and she was like looking, and I'm standing on the opposite side. I'm just like standing there with my hand over my mouth laughing because I can see him standing there. He just went smack like that. I've had some very weird.
So you could see him and she couldn't.
No, she can't see him, but she felt that. Most definitely. Wet skin, and he hits her ass. She felt it.
That's something different.
Funny ones, and I've had some scary ones. You know, like.
Yeah, I mean,
the most scariest story one is when I went to my cold Christmas investigation. I took my investigation team there. And we had an experience where we were seeing these negative energies. There was negative energies known. And we're walking down this pathway and all of the blackness starts to just be coming down this path. And you can see these energies coming towards us. And I was like, guys, you need to get back. They're not good. I could feel that they weren't good. I could see that they weren't good. And there was this woman in white that was trying to warn me and help me to come backwards. And while I was there and communicating with her, she started putting over what happened to her. So she must have drowned, okay? Because all of my face started to feel like it was wet. I could feel water in my lungs because I feel what they feel, okay? So, and I started choking because it was like I was drowning. And I was like, to my friend that was there that was investigating, it was like, just grab my hand and like pull me away. And that's what, you know, what they've done. And she stood there. Sometimes they don't realise that they're doing it to you either. They don't realise that you can feel what they're feeling. And I remember getting to the end of this pathway. Me and my guys are really worried because these energies weren't going. We're doing all these prayers, doing whatever we could to try and get rid of them. They would not go. This woman's hanging around trying to protect us. There was this spirit priest that turned up and stood in front of us and done this blessing thing over us, and it actually worked. The spirits disappeared. The energies actually disappeared. So, like, I always say that even though we bring a lot of this stuff and we make a lot of this stuff happen, they can still do things in their physical world as well, in what they worked in. They are still very important in their world as what they were here. So there are still things that they can step in and do. There are still things that they believe that they need to still do. And if it wasn't for him doing that, because they could see we were trying, that would have probably ended really badly, because we'd been scratched, we had bite marks, loads of things that had happened to us. These guys that I took my investigation team, they'd only been investigating 2 months, they were crapping themselves. I'm not one of these people that starts somebody off slowly. I like to put you right in there, test you, and see how much you can take. These guys, by the time I'd finished with them, were running towards the gateway, trying to get out. Like, they are not like that. They are not like that anymore. But
Yeah.
they go, why would you do that? I said, because I'd rather see how you act in a bad situation so that I know how you're going to act. So I can help you to understand that and understand what's going on. But why would you do that? I was standing on the grass and there was this white wall that come up and some hand come out and tried grabbing me and you scared the hell. I said, well, that ain't my fault. They're letting you know they're there. You said you wanted an experience. You got an experience. You know, like, they go, you might be hardcore, but not all of us. I need that, like, but now they're the opposite. Now that they're just as I would be.
Yeah, you'd
But,
have to chain me to the vehicle to get me to stay around there, because I'm so skittish at first, but man, I would want to experience it and I would want to be there for it, but man, I'm just so jumpy. I can't even stay in my own apartment if it's dark in here. I got to turn some lights on.
The more that you try and the more that you do it, the easier it gets. Like I always say to everyone, you know, this is for some and it isn't for others. You know what I mean? Not everybody can be an investigator. Not everybody could do this. Not everybody's got that heart or that stamina to be able to do that. You know what I mean? So for me, I just say, you know, give it a go. If it's not for you, it's not for you. You could just do the other side of it, like talking and interviews, like what you're doing. But the more that you try, if you're really into it and you really want it to work for you, the more you try and the more that you go out, the more you get used to how they feel. Then it don't become so scary anymore. But, you know, and then you just got to work with it. Like, it's not supposed to be nice. They're dead. It's not meant to be nice. It's not meant to be this lovely thing. You know, you are going to get freaked out many, many times because they don't always show to you in the most pleasant ways either. Some of them will come to you in the way that they died. You know what I mean? It can be very horrible. But you've got to put that out the head and you'd be like, right, okay, they might look scary, but they're people. They're people that need help. They want to communicate. They want us to acknowledge they're there. So I no longer see a spirit all fragile and all cut up anymore. I see them as the being that they are, and that's how I treat them. But I used to be really scared of it when I was young. I'd hide under my bed or underneath the bed, or under the quilt. I would go to the toilet and I'd have experiences where these spirits would open the door and scare the hell out of me. I was so scared of spirits. I didn't understand why I was seeing them and why nobody else would. And then I decided to start investigating in it and researching into it and what I'm seeing and why I see these things. And I see my auntie that had passed away. So I knew that this weren't normal. You know what I mean? So I looked into what it was and I found out about ghosts and spirits. Then I went a bit deeper and found out about witchcraft, and I become a witch later on in life. You know, and a lot of that all resembles around spirit. You know, witches communicate with spirits, shaman communicate with spirits, and we communicate with spirits as investigators. So I brought it all into one.
I got a question. When these spirits have so much energy, some of them have a little bit more energy than others. Do you think, like, where do you think, in your opinion, they're getting this energy from? Are they pulling energy from us, or is it from, are they pulling energy from like a general energy source to the
an energy of the world? Okay, even though they were once beings, but when they pass over, they become so much more of an energy. They can bring the energy from you. They can bring the energy from electronical stuff. They can bring the energy from the universe. They can pick energy up from almost everywhere. Okay. And as people would say, energy, like good energy can become negative energy can become good energy. Okay. It's all about balance. It's all about understanding of that. Spirits are an energy. They're no longer a physical body. They are an energy, and an energy is the most powerful thing. Okay. An energy could pick up a car, an energy could pick up anything and move it. Okay. That's what they could be capable of if they wanted to. They've changed. Even though they are still your loved ones, they're not the same anymore in that way. Their bodies have changed, their strength has changed, the way that they see things have changed. So even though in many ways you'll talk to them and you'll still see that loved one that you love, you've got to always remember they're different. Okay. And one little thought or anger moment in their mind could be very dangerous.
Yeah.
Good or bad. Don't ever sit there and think that you're safe around good spirit and not safe around bad spirit. You're not safe around any spirit to an extent. Okay. They can do anything that they want. I've had physical communication with good spirit where they're just trying to warn me of something, and I've been fully pushed across a room, and they've not realised their strength. They don't always realise their strength, and it's about their energy is an energy force of this world. So all these people that say, they only pick it up from lights and phones. No, they don't. They pick it up from anywhere. They are able to do that. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah. Is there a link between them pulling energy from a room and people feeling a coldness? Because I've heard that a lot, where somebody will walk in a room and then they'll say, "Oh, it's really cold over here."
It's one of the telltale signs that they're around. You get certain feelings. You might get a cold feeling, or your hairs might stand up on your back, your neck. You might get goose pin bumps. Feelings, you might feel them. You might feel a heavy feeling if it's a negative energy, or you might feel a very light feeling. Different smells. It's all about them individually. As you know, good spirits will give off good smells like perfume, cigar smokes, things that they would love. Negative energy is more sulfur, fire, meat smelling like it's rotting, things like that. There's always ways to be able to tell when they're around you and that. And I wouldn't say that when you're walking into a room and you're feeling that cold, that's because they're gaining energy. No, that is just how they feel. So when you come in that room, there's something there. The energy is a completely different thing. It don't matter how much energy they take. They're not going to turn hot and then go cold. They're cold. You know what I mean? You're either going to be cold or you're either going to be hot. Some energies will be hot. Some energies will be cold. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're good or they're bad. This is where people go wrong. They see a black orb or they see a black shadow and they automatically presume it's a demonic spirit. Normal energy spirits can form in them ways as well.
Okay. Well, that clears that up. Yeah, that's been a question I've had for a while, is if there was a link between the coldness and then more energy being pulled or not.
I wouldn't say that there is a link to that. They're cold because they've passed over and because they are an energy. And, the coldness that you feel when you go in that room is just literally them standing around you. It's their way of showing you that they're there. It's that, that's their way of knowing that that's a spirit, And not everything that when you're going into a room and you've got a cold spot, not everything is a spirit. Somebody could have a window open or there might be a crack in the window, which is letting a draft in. Always got to look for those things before you presume it's an energy. You know what I mean? So
that's your dog crying, right?
It is, yes.
Yeah, did somebody's dog have to go out? We can take a break if we need to.
That's him getting moody because there's people keep walking past my window and he can't get to them.
He's getting a little moody. Just people out walking around in my... Yeah.
I have a dog next door that looks almost identical to yours, a pit bull, and he sounds just like that. And it sounds like he's crying outside my back door. So
that's nuts, isn't it?
Making sure he didn't get loose.
I'll be next. I need a dog so bad. I've been looking at there's a Facebook group that has the animal shelter on it that's local.
Oh yeah.
And they're always posting. I would really like to adopt one that's like a couple years old maybe, so he's already used to potty training and stuff like that. But I just need somebody to hang out with over here in the apartment.
Don't get dog.
There's nothing more better than having a little companion like that. Like I said, they're loyal and stuff like that. They don't do no wrong to you. And,
Yeah.
I get really angry with these people that treat them really badly and do really bad things to anything, to be
Oh
quite
yeah.
honest. But animals more than anything, it really gets my goat up.
Yep. That seems to be a pretty common thing in this community. I think everybody that has, just everyone that I've met in this community, whether it's UFOs, aliens, ghosts, paranormal, everyone is very loyal to animals, especially
Oh
dogs.
yeah. And to
Yep.
be honest, like with my religion and my faiths, I have to be. You know what I mean? I am very earth orientated, animal orientated, plant orientated, everything. So for me, it's all about I harm nothing.
Mhm.
I will not harm anything. I will not harm a person. I will not harm a tree. But it's like if I go to a place and I want to use things for my spells, I ask permission to Mother Earth and Mother Nature. I ask the tree. I will put something on the tree and replace to show my respect for what it's given me. It's
Mhm.
all about, in this world, so many people take and never give back. And this world keeps you alive. This world makes you who you are. So you should always give back, okay, and show your respect, because you would not have no, you wouldn't be able to breathe properly if you didn't have trees. You wouldn't be
Right.
able to eat if you didn't have plants or animals. So always show them respect. That's what I believe, and always give back.
So here's my $1 million question, because I've heard yes and no. Do you see spirits? Do you see animal spirits on the other side?
I see all sorts of spirits. I have seen animal spirits. Yes.
So, in your opinion, we do see pets on the other side when we cross over?
Yes.
Awesome. That's what I wanted to
Definitely.
hear.
Yeah.
I've heard
And you
once
can still
before.
see them even now in the physical world if you put your mind to it. And that you might be sitting down on your sofa and you might feel a brush up your leg or a brush up your arm. That's them around you. They never leave you. They're no different to your loved ones. They are your family as well. They are around you as well. And when you go over there, it's what you call the rainbow bridge, is where the animals go. But when you pass over and you go there, you can be with those animals. You can mingle with those animals. That world up there is the most beautifulest place you will ever see.
That's what I wanted to hear.
So, everybody's together and there's no pain, there's no hate, there's no savageness. It's all the way it's meant to be. So,
Beautiful. Yeah, I don't know where I heard that, but I did hear that there's no animals on the other side. They're only here for us during this realm. And I was like, I don't know, man. It just seems like such a strong energy. Like when I had my dog, my beagle, he was someone that I knew. I mean, he had a personality that I connected with, and we have a history together. And you just feel like once that's over, it's not all the way over. I mean, he's still somewhere else. There's that energy is somewhere
no,
else.
like literally, when they die, like if you think about it, they're still another living being. Okay, they're just an animal. Yes, animals are very connected to spirituality. Every animal represents an energy or something that's most important to us. As a witch, I know that every animal has got an element that is very important to every human in this world, okay? But they are still a being. They are still something that needs to be loved and looked after. And when they pass over, they go to a place as well. They do not stay and go somewhere else and you never see them again. They would not be put into your life to never be seen again.
Hmm.
That's just not how it is. That bond is too strong and too unique to just be completely forgotten. You know what I mean? So when you go over there, you are with them. You're with everybody that you lose and
Great.
you don't see for a long time.
Awesome, because that's the feeling that I was getting. That's the feeling I've always had. So when I heard that there's no such thing as our pets on the other side, I was like, man, that's very unfortunate to hear. But I'm glad to hear that that's not the case.
Listen, if that was the case and we couldn't see spirit and communicate with spirit after they pass away, then we would not be able to use them in our faiths. I use spiritual animals all the time. I've got a spiritual wolf. I've got a spiritual owl. I've got a dragon. Okay, I've got an energy of a dragon that I use in my witchcraft. I've got fairies. You might laugh and giggle and think they're not real. They are, and they're not the way that you see them on TV, but they are
Hmm.
real. You know, I have had streams where I've been on people's streams where somebody physically see one of my fairies fly above my head in a spirit form.
Oh, wow.
They
And
are very real and they are very much here, but are you open to it? If you're not open to something, you're not going to see it the way that you want to see it. You've got to
Mm-hmm.
be open. You've got to believe. So, you know, there has been people in the past that have like took pictures and caught things that they can't explain. They are there. It's
Mm-hmm.
looking and acknowledging it
Accepting it that it's actually
and
that's
accepting
real.
it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they are no different to us. They're just different, you know, different little beings, but they're no different. They're magical. They do things for this world. You know, like we've got our angels that look over us. The fairies are the angel of nature. They are angels of nature. They look after nature. They look after animals. They make sure the nature's going around so that we can live. You know, elements are the same. Elements will do things to look after the elements of earth because it is important to them and it's important to us. All of these spiritual energies that are very, very important are needed because if we didn't have them, we would not have the world we've got today.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I look at it.
Why do you think this got to a point where it's not like a mainstream thing anymore? Why is this like a taboo thing that's not really talked about in?
What paranormal altogether?
Yeah. Yeah, why do
If
you
you think
think
that
that it
back in
got?
the day, like I've got my pups in here, Danny from Chasing Bones Inspectors. Now he's the one that's training me in my shamanism and is helping me to learn about the other side of it. Okay, I've always been a witch and I've always been an investigator, but I wanted to know the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when he was growing up, you know, he's been doing this for 50 odd years. You couldn't talk about paranormal. You couldn't explain what paranormal was. You could not go around anybody because you would be locked away and told that you're crazy and that you need help. Okay, they did. The thing is, a lot of people don't want to believe it because they're scared of it, because they fear it. They fear death. They fear what's going to happen to them after, so they don't want to look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them just don't believe in it because they're just so closed-minded. They don't realise that there are other things to this world. Then you've got those like us that do believe in it and want to seek it out, want to see more of it. You know, the truth is the reason that paranormal is the way it is because it's not something that people understand and they believe it should not exist. Why should it not exist? What do you believe that when you are born and you live and you die, that's the end? No, it's a continuous circle of life. You live, you die. You know, you're born, you live, you die. You're born, you live, you die. It doesn't matter what you are.
Mm-hmm.
You could have been here many, many times, had many, many lives. That's how past life exceptions come in. That's how all these premonitions come in. That's how people have these past life premonitions. Because even though when we pass over and we go over, we're not meant to fully remember everything. They will make it so that you don't remember everything, okay? Because you've got here in this world is a learning path. We have got a path. We have got a way that we're supposed to follow. And to follow that, we have to find who we are. Now, some of us go off on the wrong road. Some of us stay on the right road. Some of us need a bit of guidance. That's just how it is. But the true fact is that we've all got a pathway to follow. It's how we choose to follow it. And the most important part of that is this world. We would not be here if we did not have this world. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
that once you acknowledge that the world is the most important thing and the things that are in it, that's when you're open. That's when you start to see other things. I walk through woods, I can hear trees talking to me. I can hear ancestors talking to me. When you hear wind blowing through the trees, I hear voices. If you open yourself and you believe that much, you will start to see and feel these things.
Wow.
They
Yeah.
are there.
Have you ever seen like an orange orb or yellow orb that we've had a couple people on that have seen
I've
orbs.
seen many
Orbs.
Orbs live around me. I have had red, I have had black, I have had green, I have had white. They all do, you know, like certain the people say that certain orbs show certain things, okay, in the spiritual realm. Like white, gold, and yellow, purple would represent higher powers. Then, you know, you've got your blues and your greys and stuff that might be another energy, and then you've got black and you've got red that's meant to be negative energies. That's not the case, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All orbs and all colors represent different things, okay? Just because you see a black orb, it doesn't mean you've got a negative energy there. That spirit might have light black, so it's portraying its orb as a black color. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That'll be me. I'll be black and white.
Pink is meant to be a higher higher power in
Oh,
spirituality. White and greens and blues are supposed to be your guardian angels and them sort of things. But in my opinion and through my experiences, orbs can be anybody and anything.
you're not the first person I've heard say that, because we've talked to Bigfoot investigators before, Sasquatch investigators, and they say that they've oftentimes seen an orb right before seeing a manifestation of a Sasquatch. And then we also have a link to the Sky People too, when other guests have seen yellow or white orbs before, and then sometimes red, and then they manifest into pretty much anything. Somebody that we were talking to earlier said that they could come from an orb and then turn into a school bus, or an alien craft, or an entity like a what do you call those?
Yeah,
Like a
well,
gray.
if you think about it, like I don't put down that orbs are categories to one certain thing. Like for me, through experience, I've had black orbs and grey orbs and red orbs that people would normally look at as being associated with negative energy. That are completely lovely spirits. They're not bad at all. It's just what they choose to be at that time. An
Mm-hmm.
orb is an energy of a spirit that is trying to form. It's also a way that an energy is able to travel easier through the spiritual realm. Okay, because the truth and the fact is, paranormal, UFO, or crypto, there are divisions and there are domains that they use to come in and out of this world. There are doorways. Okay, they are all connected. Even if it is that they're coming out of individual, they're all connected to the universe, so they're all connected. We're connected to all of them. Okay, so when you see these energies and stuff, normally it's their way of traveling. It's an easier way to travel, but also it's a form of their energy. It's the easiest way to be able to see them. It's very hard for them to manifest into a full form and you to be able to see them. It takes a lot of their energy. Okay, so a lot of their forms of energy is the orbs. It's the easiest way for them to be seen.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like an easy way to get around too.
It
I
does.
could
It's
just
very quick, and you ain't got to worry about making your body small to go through they can just do it very quickly because it's
yeah.
little.
Yep, I'm a little jealous sometimes when I'm on my way to work and it's a 50-minute drive. I'm like, man, if I was an orb, I could just. Rump.
You figured it out for just seconds. You know what I mean? Like I've had experiences where I've seen an orb move from one place to another within seconds. You know what I mean? Like
Man,
spirits are the same. They could be in
yeah.
a room and then be somewhere else in seconds. It's they're an energy. Where they
Hmm.
think to be and where they want to be is where they go.
Have you ever
I
been
mean,
walking through the woods? I'm sorry, what was
like
that?
to say like I'm standing here and I'm a spirit and I'm here and I want to go to the woods, like you said. I
Hmm.
just have to think about that woods and I'm there.
That's awesome.
They're not like us in that way anymore. They can
Yeah.
be where they want to be. They could be in another country within seconds. I've had it where I've had spirits come here and there's been somebody having a problem over there and I've sent my protected energy over to America. It was there within 3 or 4 seconds. They've only
Hmm.
got a zip. Get that travel line to go to. They're there. They're gone.
We
I don't
spoke with
know.
somebody else that said that, like the spirits, she talks to the spirits. One of the spirits she talks to is Robin Williams, and she was talking to him one day. She said something to him, and he said, "I am in." Where did he say? India or something like that, helping somebody else out with this.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
she's
so you've got
talking
that
to
as
him
well because of
here.
them being an energy, they can divide themselves. So, like, you could have an energy standing in front of you, and that same energy could be standing in somebody else's house. They can divide themselves. They are an energy. They could be where they want to be. They could put themselves in many places. You know what I mean? That is what they are. So they are the. Why do you think we investigate them? Because they're so fascinating, and it's just so interesting to see what happens to you after you go over and how you change, and the fact that they are here and that life does go on. Life doesn't stop when you die. When you die, your life's starting.
Hmm.
Amazing things are starting. That's just a fact.
Wow,
Don't be
that's
scared
awesome.
of it. Embrace it because
Right.
it'll be a very cool thing.
We're part of a cycle.
Yes, and always will be.
Speaking of that, do you think some of the spirits that you're saying that are trapped here, do you think they come back and get reincarnated as other people? Do you is that
When they're first stuck here and stuff, yeah, normally you would need to be able to help them go over to be able to do that. But you know, you do have energies that come back as reincarnations and go into other people. And like you must have seen things on TV where you had that one where there's a ghost inside my child, where certain energies have come back and residual to somebody else, to this child, and this child's remembering a past life. They can, yes, they very much so. They can either be over there and do that, or they can become an energy of somebody else when they're born. But normally they would have to be in the light and given that option to be able to do that. Normally if you're trapped here, you're trapped. You need somebody to help you go over.
Have you ever seen through your investigations a stairwell in the woods, staircase in the woods? Or heard of that before?
I've seen many things in the woods. I've seen things hanging out the trees. I've seen tree houses that are not there. I can't say that I've ever seen a stairwell in the middle of the woods. No.
Yeah, that's something common that Sonny, who's seeing those when they're out investigating? Is it mostly Sasquatch people?
I don't remember.
See, I've not
the
really
first
looked
person
at
that
that
I've
way.
heard.
Like when I go out, like I've seen like where you'll get certain lights that come into certain areas of the woods and stuff like that. I believe that is where there's certain energy coming and going. I do believe that. You know, I've had it, like I said, where I've seen buildings and stuff there that are not there. I've had that, but to say that I've seen a stairway in the middle of the woods, no, not yet. But I'm sure it might happen in the future. Who knows?
Yeah, I've heard a couple people say that they have seen, like, you'll be walking and it'll just be like a pristine white stairwell that looks like nobody's ever stepped on it before, and it just leads to nothing.
Stairway to heaven.
I've seen a picture.
A lot of them say, yeah, the white. Normally, the white stairs going upwards is the stairway to heaven. So that's where spirits would be coming, or somebody would be going.
The first time I heard about it was from Dave Scott from Spaced Out Radio, and he's always telling us, "Don't be climbing stairwells in the mountains or in the woods. If you find a stairwell, they'll be going up it."
Yeah, like there might be a portal at the top.
I always thought, you know, like I've never seen one out there. And then I seen a picture of it's like a brick stairwell. It looks like a stairwell that was in a castle, but there ain't no castle around it. It's just the stairwell, a picture of a stairwell out in the woods.
And that's the truth. Like a lot of people, they'll put, when they see these residuals or these other sort of hauntings, they always put it down to just being a spirit. But the thing is, so what you've got to remember is energy stays in buildings and places as well, yeah. And sometimes those places that are not there anymore can show up in a picture because they were once part of that land, that was once where it was, you know. It's not just spirit that you see. You can see ghost houses, ghost cars, ghost this, ghost that. It's all about an energy and an imprint in this world. When you live, you leave an imprint in this world. When you live in a house, you leave an imprint in your house. Okay, that goes on.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just living people necessarily that are part of the.
It's like when everyone goes like, okay, so energies can only communicate with people. Then no, energies can be attracted to any object. It could be attracted to a key, a car, a phone, a pencil. It's all significant. If it's something that's significant to it and something that is a memory, it can become attached to it. You don't have to be a human being for a spirit to attach to you. It will attach to anything.
Mm-hmm. Lynn had a question, I think. So people that commit suicide aren't any different.
Well, a lot of people have a lot of speculation with suicide, and they believe that when you commit suicide, your body is sinned and that you can't go over. The fact is that I don't believe in that at all. Okay. I believe that when people do things like that, they're in a very desperate and a very brassic place and they're lost. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, depending on the way that they do it and how they done it, depends on where they go. If they've done it on purpose and they've done it because they just didn't care anymore, then yeah, they could go to the place you don't want them to go to. But if it's somebody that's in pain, somebody that's in sorrow, somebody that can't cope, and somebody's got something that's gone on, or they've got an illness and they've killed themselves because they've got an illness or something, I don't believe that you go to hell. I believe that your soul is saved and you have to just learn for what you've done. So when you go to that higher power, you go to that person that is in charge of us all,
Hmm.
you have to give your sins over to him or her and say that you're sorry for what you've done and acknowledge what you've done, and they will help to cleanse your soul. Not everybody that commits suicide goes to hell. A lot of them do not. Okay. It depends on the situation and what happened. So
Yeah,
no,
because
I
there's
don't believe that.
definitely people living here that might have, like you said, an illness that, they go to all the experts that they can, and they might have zero answers, and where they wake up every day and it's just absolutely excruciating pain. You
Exactly.
know.
Like people are shown mercy. People are shown mercy. Okay, yeah. Anybody that takes a life, they're gonna get questioned. Why did you do it?
Hmm.
Because you're given life for a reason. Okay, but they're not. He's not going to be horrible to them and go, well, no, because you killed yourself, you're going to hell. Because there are many different reasons to why people do that.
Hmm.
And so this world is such a hard place to be in at times, and there are so many things that happen that the higher power knows the difficulties and the struggles here and why people act the way they do sometimes.
Right. Yeah, that totally makes sense. And I think that's something that a lot of people would take comfort in hearing if they,
So I've had people come into me crying saying that my family's committed suicide, like somebody in their family's committed suicide today. They're going to go to hell. No, they're not. They might not. It depends on what they've done. It depends on how the higher power looks at them. If
Hmm.
the higher power sees that they're remorse and that they're sorry and that they were just desperate and they needed to get away, he's not going to punish them for that. It'll make them see that it was wrong to do it, but he will help them to get through that process. So the next time they have a life, they won't do that. And it
Right.
may be a better life. Yeah, okay. It's all about accepting, because believe it or not, when we all die, we're all going to have to face our creators, and we're all going to have to explain for our actions that we've done here. That's
Right.
how I look at it.
Yep. I think so too. Everyone's going to have to answer to someone, whether you lived a great life and helped a bunch of people out, or if you lived a negative life where stuff didn't
We're
always
here
go
for a
so great.
reason. We're here for a reason. We're here to learn. This world is a lesson. Okay, this world is a place that we sit in, and we're supposed to be a certain way.
Hmm.
And you know, the main thing to be able to find your true spirituality and to be able to go to your true home where you won't have to come back here anymore, you need to learn your lessons here first before you can go up there and learn that physically. We don't stay here forever. We will come back many, 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 many times, but there will be one time in our life where we've reached that point that they're happy with us, and we will go to that everlasting place, eternal life. Okay, but to do that, you do right here. You make your soul pure here, and
Hmm.
everyone's going to make mistakes. Everybody has to make mistakes to learn. Okay, each life you
Yeah,
learn something different,
makes total sense. I
and
have heard
each
that a
time
lot.
it builds you a little bit more.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a very common. That's very very common for everyone listening. That's that's not something that only Sherry
You're very welcome, Vic.
has said. Yeah, definitely heard that a lot. That this is just like a training ground, basically. This is where you learn
Yeah,
and.
this is a training ground that learns you and prepares you for the true world in the true way.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is our home, but our true home is not this place. It's somewhere else. Okay, and in life, things were done and mistakes happened, and for that reason, that's why there is sin and everything else. So now in this world, we have to make a right into what's been made wrong. Okay,
Hmm.
so in each life, we have lessons to learn, we have ways to follow. Okay, and that, when we make mistakes and we do stupid things, it's only human. They expect us to do that because of the traits that we've had to take. Okay, but in time, through the lives that we have, one day we will make our true being self, and we'll be able to leave this world permanently. But at the minute, we can't, because we're still learning, we're still walking, we're still understanding the importance of life, we're still reaching out to others and things like that. And I believe fully that I've always said that I don't believe I belong in this world, and I believe that I was sent here to be something. Okay, I
Hmm.
was sent here to be a guide, a teacher, and a helper. I was sent here to help people to understand about the other side. I've always said this. I've never felt I've belonged here. Nothing in my life in this world has ever gone right until this. Okay. So for me, I believe that this is not my home place. This is just where I was put because people need guidance and help and stuff like that. So I'm here for that reason. Yes, I live a life like you. Yes, I've got children. Yes, I've got this. But I believe that I was put here for a reason. I was here to guide people, and as you can see, I'm a very open book. I will be very open to and talk to you about everything. I don't pretend to know everything, but I am very educated in what I do through my experiences, through the things that I see. And I'm one of these people that don't like to hide things from people. When you go to my channel, you'll see that the amount of talks and chats and different paranormal chats I do, how open I am to other people. I want people to be comfortable and be okay with being different, and that's why I don't have a filter on my mouth when it comes to the paranormal. Now I'll say it how it is, whatever it is, because I believe that you have a freedom of speech and you should be able to speak freely about these things.
Absolutely.
It's part of us.
Before I get to my question, I just saw Danny said that he was sent here for microwave popcorn.
Pups. Microwave popcorn.
Microwave popcorn. That's why Danny's here.
And to make sure that I'm behaving, because
That's right.
I quite often get his foot go right up my bum if I don't behave. So I am being a good girl, Daddy.
Danny's awesome. I really want to have him on the
He's the
podcast
best
soon.
guy in the world.
I'm hurt, so I always say I was sent here for a good time, not for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have Danny on pretty soon. I gotta have him on the podcast.
You have got him. He's absolutely awesome.
For sure.
I love that guy, man.
You must know about my pups and them Astro and stuff. Well, Astro, you know about Astro, his spiritual helper, the elemental.
Oh yeah, you talking about Danny?
My Aurora, is a fire elemental and is Astro's daughter.
Really?
That's how me and Danny are connected.
Danny that's known his Astro since he was a little kid. First seen him up in the tree.
I had Aura gave to me before birth. I was in my mum's belly. That was given to me by witches, and Aura was connected to Danny.
What Danny told me about Astro, if I have this right, is the first time he came to him. I want to say Danny almost drowned, and Astro was in a tree above him once he got out of the water. Is that right?
He was laughing at him.
Laughing at him in the shape of a gargoyle. He took the form of a gargoyle type.
With Aura, it was a different situation. With her, I was like 5 years old, and I'm standing in my bedroom, and I'm standing on my bed cot thing, and she just come in the room and she put her hand out to me, and I touched her hand, and we've been connected ever since.
Oh wow!
She's always been there. She was there before birth, but when I got to the age where I could see, she was my first energy I see, and she's been with me ever since, and she's very powerful.
That's the first time I've heard that, because I didn't hear that story from Danny. I didn't hear his
That's because you're working all the time. You don't get to hang out like I do.
I know, man.
Yeah, no.
I heard lots of good stories while you're at work, Chad.
My Aura is my pup's Astro's daughter and Shakara's daughter, because you must have heard of Shakara and Astro, their wife and husband. Well, she's their daughter.
Man, see, I have not heard that. Sonny has, but that's the first time I've heard it.
We're gonna get Danny on here. We'll get him on here at Paranormal Chop Shop, and we'll have him tell us. It's a good one.
Might have to have Danny and Sherry on the same episode. That'd be cool. Bounce ideas back and forth.
Yeah.
And if anyone's wondering what do you mean by that, he's like, I'm not saying that like he pokes my mum and he's gave birth to me. That is not what I mean. But he is my spiritual dad from another life, okay? And I don't have a dad in this life. I never have. My mum chose not to, and he's my dad. Okay, there is that spiritual connection that shows that we've had a past life together where we were father and daughter, and it's carried on in this world. So he is my dad. Okay, and there is that connection. I can feel things from him. He feels things from me. You know, I don't believe that your father is the person that births you all the time. Your father is the person that accepts you and loves you, and that's who he is. You know, I've been that in a past life, and it's carried on into this life, and he is a true inspiration. And if it isn't for him, I don't think I'd be the person I am as much as I am today. Like I've always been that way, but he's helped to open me up a lot more.
Oh, that's great. That's
Definitely.
great that you guys have found each other.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. I love those stories. Danny's story like that is too, and that's so weird that you say that it's his daughter. That's Astro's daughter. That's your
Yeah.
spirit.
Yeah.
And Danny said you might have heard him talk to him before, Chad, but he doesn't call him Astro. He calls him Butthead. He
Yeah.
Oh
said
yeah.
when he first seen him looking down from him at the tree, when he's laying there on the ground, he almost drowned. He
Mm-hmm.
looked up and seen that, and his first reaction was Butthead. Like I think it's Butthead. Like what the fuck? I almost drowned, and you're
Yeah.
just sitting there watching, laughing. And then I guess this Astro told him, "Kid, I like you," and then that's it. They've just been together forever.
Have you
Wow.
ever looked at it like when you're in life and you're sitting there, you get certain people that come into your life and they feel familiar. They feel like you know them, but you know that you don't know them. I believe very strongly that in each life that we have and each person we meet, they come back, that were good to you, come back in another life. They come back as somebody else, okay? And they feel familiar, okay?
Mhm.
I've got a lot of energy around me from people that I know that I feel connected to for different reasons from past lives, you know what I mean? And I believe that when you pass over and you've made those friendships carry on into another life as somebody else. I do believe that 100%. That everything happens for a reason and we all come back together for a reason. Like I believe that I found you two guys today for a reason. There was a
Mhm.
reason why Cassie came. You know what I mean? And I believe that everything happens for a reason. Everything is fate. Okay, so there are reasons why these things happen.
Yeah, the more that we talk to more people like this, the more I'm really believing that because, like Sonny, I feel like I've known Sonny for a long time, and other people that are in this community, I feel like I've known them for a long time
And I'm
too.
not being funny. We don't know each other from Adam. Okay, we've never met until Cassie put us together today. We're talking like we've known each other for a long time.
Hmm.
There is just some people that you have that instant connection with and you feel comfortable with. And a
Right.
lot of people that have come into communication with me have said, I feel like I know you and I feel comfortable around you. That's the sort of energy I give off. I feel that I am somebody that knows everybody a little bit. You know what I mean? I don't know why, but I seem to really relate to anybody I come into contact with. I do.
Yeah, that's awesome. I have somebody backstage that you might know. I'm gonna bring him up real quick. It looks like his camera's
Yes, my
working.
channel, Grey Wolf, is Paranormal World Investigators. And thank you to everybody putting all of the lovely messages in the room and saying that's a beautiful story and stuff. It is. And do you know what? That there is nothing more amazing than the strange and the unknown. And there's nothing more amazing than having energies around you and being able to be that way. And I I am somebody that's very respected in this division and in this community, and I'm very real and open to everything that I am. And I would not be who I am today if it wasn't for my pups. Okay, the amount of times I've wanted to walk away because I just didn't think I was good enough. My pups has been like, "Oh no, you're not. If I ain't going nowhere, neither are you." And it's like, yeah, okay, but hello, pups. He's there. Oh,
Hey, Danny, how's it going, bud?
Doing all right. How are you going?
Great,
Good.
great to have you on.
Who's asking what
Chad over here.
what my purpose is?
It's that guy. Chad has never heard about Astro, he says.
Yeah, I've
Well,
never
you
heard
did-
about
you did-
Astro.
you did his story justice,
Astro's
right?
a good guy. He's pretty good. He's a butthead, but he's a good guy. So
He's a real butthead, but he's a good guy.
he's a
yeah,
Is
good
that what
guy,
you
but
said
he's
you called
very
him?
powerful.
Danny, is that what you said? You called him when you first met him, wasn't it? Butthead, isn't that?
yeah. I was 4 or 5 years old, and I went down to the lake, and I didn't have my boat coat on, you know. But I thought I could go swimming anyway, so I went to go swimming, and of course I was drowning because I can't swim, you know. Which is probably why they always made sure I had my boat coat on. But anyway, I was in the water, and then I was going up and down, and I kept getting dark and light, and all of a sudden, 2 wolves came, white wolves. That's how I got my name. And they grabbed my collar of my jacket and pulled me to the beach, you know. So I'm lying there, and I'm looking these wolves, of course, and I say, "Oh, nice puppy dogs," type deal. But anyway, at that point, uncle and father and people up at the top, they seen these wolves dragging me, and so they come flying down the beach, and soon as they got within range, the two wolves just walked away, and it's silica sand there, right? So if you put a track in there, it's going to stay there for 100 years unless the water comes up and washes it, right? Well, anyway, they were there, and they looked, and you could see the footprints of the wolves go halfway down the beach, and they were looking at the wolves. The wolves turned, and then they just vanished. And they looked down, and the tracks from where they were just went shoo, and were gone. The wolves didn't even leave the beach, and they just disappeared like in thin air. And so I'm lying there, and they saw the wolves, right? That's why they come running in the first place. So they never. Well, we did see this, they whatever. Anyway, so I'm looking up, and this butthead's laughing at me up in the tree, and he's sitting up on the tree just like a gargoyle looking down. He's just laughing his head off, and I said, "You butthead! I damn near drowned. You're sitting there laughing." and he just started laughing. He looks at me and goes, "I like you, kid. We're friends from now on." And over 50 years now.
Wow, that's
Me
awesome.
and him have been buddies, him and his wife. And, yeah.
Wow, what a cool story.
It was nuts. I spoke, I would talk to certain people and stuff like that, and pups had been lurking my room for months and months and months without me even realizing, and we just one day became in communication. And mine and his link came the day that I was coming down a stairway on a railway bridge, and he turned round and had done me a video saying to me, you do have a dad, and you have a dad that's proud of you. And it was him, and
Wow.
we have had that link, and we've always been able to pick up on things about each other. Like, he could be there and not be drinking enough water. I'd know he's not been drinking enough water, and so would Aura, and we'd be telling him on the stream, you need to go and get water, pup. So like, we have that, like, he knows when I'm not in a good place, and he knows when something's going on with me as well. There's just this, I can't explain the connection, but the connection is there.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Wow.
Someone asked, "What's my purpose?" or "How do I know what my purpose is?" Okay.
Oh, yeah, that question that was from Lynn.
Okay.
Do you have any idea
Lynn,
how I can figure out what my purpose is?
Sure, Lynn. You know the time when you were in the store getting groceries, and that old lady was in front of you, and she didn't have quite enough money, so you gave her like $1.35 or whatever it was. You know that time when those two kids were fighting, and you walked up and you said, now, and you talked to them, and they calmed down, and they started laughing. You know that time when your family was all upset because they didn't think they were going to make ends meet, but you calmed them down and everything worked out fine. That's what your purpose is. Your purpose is to live your life every day, to be the best person you can be and help out where you can. That's it. Your purpose cannot be summed up. No one's purpose in this world can be summed up in one event or one thing or one huge magical moment. The purpose of your life is all the little miracles you do every day to help other people. Like the time when the old guy's sitting at the bus stop and you said hi to him. He was thinking about killing himself because his wife died 3 weeks ago. And the fact that somebody was kind enough to say hello made him change his mind.
And made it a bit better, yeah.
Those type of things is why you're here, and those are your purposes. Your purpose can be summed up by one thing.
Maulu.
That's beautiful.
How can we find our people? What do you mean, how can you find your people? You're on about your spirit guides and stuff. It's about meditation, communicating, listening to your inner soul, listening to who you believe in and who you are. It's about, meditation and stuff is really good to be able to communicate with your spiritual energies. Meditation, putting certain incense, certain smells on, being in nature, just things that are going to be very good for you, and open, praying, believing, and just trusting in yourself, and intention. For you to be able to see, feel, and experience these things, you've got to believe in what you're doing. It's very important.
Yeah. Trust in yourself, trust in
Trust.
your heart, you know.
Yeah,
That's the same way to find anybody or find family or
exactly.
find a connection. It's all about trust and love. And the more you learn about somebody or a spirit or guide, you're very welcome. Lynn. The more you try to take care of yourself and your spirit guides, and the more you learn about someone, the more you either like that person or dislike the person, right?
Yeah,
Well, it's the same with everything else. The more you learn about something, or the more you're either going to be for it or against it. That's how you find anything in life is learning the things you want to find out about. And sometimes you'll start that, and it'll be something that you don't want really to get into. So okay, then you look into something else.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's just how it goes. Roll the dice, you know. Roll them.
Life's like a book. Life's like a book. There are many things that you've got to find, and many things you've got to work out about yourselves. You know what I mean? And there's many different little paths that you're meant to take. And you know, when you open those pages, you study them fully, and you
Mm-hmm.
connect with them fully. You understand them fully. You know, like I said to you, the most important thing in anything that you do in this world is remembering how important this world is and everything that's in it. That is the one thing that keeps us all who we are. That, and you
We're
know,
here to learn.
spirits and stuff.
Yeah.
And take that to the what she said. Take that straight to heart because you are in it. So don't forget how important you are. Because
Exactly.
you are part of the world. Everything is connected. All life, all things, all elements, everything in the world is connected. If
Yeah.
one suffers, another suffers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything is
So
one.
don't forget how important you are. If you're feeling bad, then your family feels bad. And then if your family's friends know that you're feeling bad and the families, they're going to feel bad and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So even just for that crappy example, everything's connected. So you are very
Yeah.
important and you are worth it. So don't ever forget you're worth it. And if anyone says you're not worth it, tell them come talk to me.
Go talk
Exactly.
to Danny. Yeah, there might be someone listening or a lot of people listening to this podcast either now or sometime down the road that might be sitting in a room all by themselves and they don't have any family or might not have a couple, any friends that they can name, and might be listening to this and they might be wondering, why am I here? There's got to be a reason why I keep waking up every day.
For a reason. Everybody is here for a reason, and everybody is important. It doesn't matter if you're on your own or if you've got someone, you are important. There is always going to be somebody that needs you, even if you don't have a parent family. Okay, there are always going to be people you come across in life that value you more than a family does. Okay, and that's what you've got to remember. No life is unimportant. Every life is important. Every life is important because it is, like Pup said, part of this world. Okay, we are all formed with this world. That is who we are. This world is not separated. We are not different from this world. We are all one. We are all connected. Okay. When we
Right.
put our feet on the ground, like my pup says, we connect to other energies, other people's energies. Okay. When we connect, like my pups, for instance, had a story where he told this person in the car, one of his friends, that he needed to slow down because he could see a child coming to the end of the road. And he's like, "How did you know that?" He goes, "Well, I could feel the vibration and the connection." How? Well, we're sitting in the car. We're sitting on a chair. The chair is bolted to the floor. Yeah. The floor's bolted to the hacksaw and to the wheels. Yeah. The wheels. Where's the wheels connected to? To the ground. What's the ground connected to? To the pathway where the kids' feet are. We are connected. That's how I knew.
Yep.
Everything is connected.
Everything is connected. Right.
Yeah.
And we're all here for a reason. All here to learn or teach or learn while we're teaching.
You know, to the guy that you're talking about, to the guy.
He's been in this 50 years, okay? He's been in this 50 years. He knows almost everything, okay? But Pup still learns going along. I've been in this over 20 years. I've done this since I was 5 years old. I am always learning. Being here is about learning and about moving forward, okay? We do not know everything. Like anybody that comes in and says, "I'm a professional investigator," you're not professional. Nobody could ever be professional in the paranormal because you can never fully understand everything about it. We are what you would call established researchers, established investigators. We are people that have an understanding, but we do not know everything. Nobody can know everything, and everything's always changing.
No, I don't know squat.
Yes, you do, pups. If you don't know squat, then where did I get it from?
Well, that's beside the point. You know, every day I learn something new. It's like there's no, you can't be a professional. That's a bunch of crock of shit if I ever heard one. You could have experience. You know, you could be experienced at stuff, or you could be like me. I'm an elder. You know.
Yeah.
But there is no professionals in this field. There's no professionals in any field. There's just educated people doing their best with the shit that they got at hand. So that's it. Mm-hmm. Hey, how you doing, New York?
So yeah, so anyone that wants to turn around and say to you, I'm a professional investigator and I know everything, just the next time they turn around and say, they go, well, you can't know everything. You can't know every spirit. You can't know everything that they do. And we're not professional.
You can act professional.
We are just...
Yeah.
We are educational. We say we're professional because of the way that we act and the way we put our work out, but it doesn't make us professional in that line of work. We can't know everything. We are established.
Professional. You can be professional with the way you do things, you know, like a professional attitude. But to be a professional, no, there's no such thing. But anyway, I was going to say to that kid that's watching this thing later down the road in an apartment by themselves with no one around, why are you important? It's because of the random acts of kindness that you do for everybody else. That's why everybody's important, because everybody does random acts of kindness just for out of the blue. Someone holds the door for you because you got your hands full of stuff. That's a random kind of answer, right?
You're never on your own. People will always remember the nice things that you do.
You know, you're always going to help somebody, and who knows, you might be sitting there someday just talking to somebody, just like happened with that old guy, you know, and you just happen to notice someone and speak to them, and it changes their mind that day from ending their lives. Maybe that's why you're here, you know?
Right. And there's a reason why we get a dopamine release when we do something nice for someone. Like, there's a reason why doing something nice for someone gives us a reward of feeling good and feeling better about ourselves. It's because you're adding to that positivity, you're adding to that energy, and bringing, you know, lifting everyone else's spirits up.
And that's important. It is, and it definitely in this sort of stuff as well. Like in anything, but in this shit, it is very important to lift people up, to make people feel appreciated and special, because everybody's appreciated and special. You know what I mean? So, you know, just be and be proud to be different. Be proud to be different. Don't be ashamed of being different. Don't be ashamed of being who you are. You are who you are because that's how you were made. Okay? And enjoy that.
Great messages. Great messages. Cheers. Cheers to that.
He's getting his coffee, his girlfriend, as he says.
That's my girlfriend.
That's his girlfriend?
Yeah, she don't answer him back, and she goes down his throat lovely, apparently. So there you go.
How can you ask for anything more, Dean?
Sherry. That's one hell of a screwdriver glass right there. Vodka and orange juice. If that's
Oh, well, you're asking. Oh no, it's actually mango and orange with a lemonade, but it's in a Foster's glass. So yeah, it looks like I'm drinking vodka.
Oh, that's awesome. Simon Wales, good to see you, buddy.
Simon, what's going on there, buddy?
Says this is the greatest show ever.
Simon.
Thanks, Simon. Appreciate that, buddy. Thanks for being here. You are not a dumbass.
Hey, Eddie.
To defeat evil is to believe in good and in love and in all that you do. There is no power more greater than the light.
Well, and the only thing that evil needs to win is for good people to do nothing.
Exactly. So always do something good. Just one little thing, like the pup said, opening the door, smiling at someone, is doing something nice, is giving somebody something that makes them feel good. Okay, you don't have to go do massive obstacles to be noticed. Just a little thing like a smile or a hello or opening the door is a good gesture and shows that you care. Okay,
Coffee, I love the way you look. the color of your skin, the way you
Oh
fit
dear,
in my hands,
girlfriend.
the way you smell. Oh, lie to me, coffee, lie to me.
Danny, are we gonna have to give you a
Sorry.
Damn it! Now I need a refill now, Danny.
I was
After
having
that,
a
I'll be
moment.
right back, Chad.
All right. After you come back, I'm gonna have to take a break too, I think. Or we could all just take a collective break. It doesn't matter to me, but
You ain't taking no breaks. You just
hey,
sit
I
around.
can take breaks. I've got
Yeah, you can
I
take
got the
breaks.
power.
I hope that you're enjoying the show so far, and I hope that I am making sense to you guys and that.
Absolutely. No, this has been great. Yeah, we talked about before how everyone's always a little nervous before the show starts because we're not really sure of like what we're gonna get into, what kind of questions we're gonna ask. But once
You know
once it
what?
gets flowing,
What I've learned is whenever you're nervous before a show, it means your show's going to go really well, okay? Because I am nervous after every show. I flap, I worry, I wonder what I'm going to do, if it's going to go right, and then everything always goes to plan. It goes perfect. I think it's a natural thing to be a little bit worried because it is something that you're working very hard at, and you're reaching out to others. You know what I mean? So you are going to be worrying and that, but when it comes to it, and all that worry just goes out the door when you start, and then everything just seems to run amazing like it is. Everyone's saying they're loving the show and that, so
right?
there you go.
Yeah, might have a connection. It might have a connection to just because we've known each other in a past life. We just once we start talking, stuff just starts coming out.
Simon, that's very sweet of you to say that. And sometimes Sherry does need a little uplifting as well. She does have her moments, and that was really kind of you to say, Sherry, you rock.
Yeah, thanks a lot,
Don't
Simon.
ever believe you don't.
There
You guys rock as well. And you're all very welcome over to my channel, Paranormal Word Investigators. Go check my pups out, Chasing Bones Inspectors as well. We are a very open community. We are a very caring community, and we are a very good community. And we will invite and accept all of you in your family now. So
Absolutely,
you're welcome to our community as well as us welcome to yours. You've got us for life now.
Absolutely, yeah. This is got to be the most open and welcoming community on YouTube, I'd have to imagine.
Oh yeah, and there's certain people in that community that makes that happen. There's certain people that always reach out to others, and then others start doing it, and it's carried through the community. Everybody does it. It's just such a nice one to be part of.
There's a lot of people that work backstage that make a lot of this stuff happen, and one of them is definitely Cassie. She's
I've always pointed that out. My family, like, because I don't call them supporters. I call them my family because I do look at them as my family.
I call them my YouTubians.
Or YouTubians in Pub's case, but it is true what you say. Okay, Chad. You know, like we wouldn't be who we are. We would not have the channels that we have, and we would not be able to do what we have and what we do if it wasn't for the amazing people that we have in our chats and in our support. It's them that makes us who we are. So
I have to agree with you there, Simon. Cassie is definitely a hidden treasure.
Oh, she is. I've known Cassie for quite a few years now, and she's most definitely a sister and one that I value very much. So she's absolutely amazing.
Cassie's all right, I guess. No, I'm kidding. Of course she is.
We'll keep her around.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's always called that. My pups has always called his YouTubians, his little YouTubians or his wolf pack.
I like that. YouTubians
or wolf pack.
Yeah, and then when I say if you want to go to someone else's channel and you know hit that little red thing, there's a little red. If you want to join someone's channel, guys, there's a little red button. It says YouTubians there. Now I don't know what.
And then you don't just say that. And you tell them to roll your bones.
Well, yeah, that's coming up. But first, there's that thing that says YouTubians. Now they spell it funny. It's SCRIB or some damn fool thing. But it says YouTubians there. You click that. And then you roll the bones that way. See? Roll the bones. Go over to Chad and roll his bones. See?
Roll the bones. Hit that red subscribe button.
Thank you, Grey Wolf. Thank you for your support to my channel and to my pups channel. You will not be disappointed.
Thanks a lot, Grey Wolf. Yeah, appreciate the support.
Roll the bones. That's it.
Roll the bones. For all the
thank
channels.
You for meeting everyone as well. Like, I am not ignoring any of you in the room. There's so many of you talking. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, but I have seen all of your different messages from all of you. You're all very special. Thank you.
Yeah, when I started this channel, I didn't think we'd have this many people in the chat, but it's actually a little difficult to keep up sometimes.
It's good though, because it means that they appreciate you and they appreciate what you do. There's nothing better than having a full room and people enjoying what you do. That is the main thing, is enjoying yourself. Like Pups always says, enjoy your channel and just and as I say, be real. That's all
Right.
you got to do.
Yeah, you
Enjoy
could.
your channel, be real, and have fun. And if you roll my bones, do it gently because I'm old.
Exactly. Yeah, no, do it gently, because I don't want him breaking in half.
Hell
Yeah.
no, we can't. Yeah, we gotta keep keep Danny safe for sure.
That's it.
As I'm going to be on my channel again, doing my little meditation dance chant things again, just to make him feel better.
There you go. And you
I
know
do
what
that,
today
believe
is?
me.
What's today? You know what today is?
Mm-mm.
It's Tuesday.
It's my birthday.
Today's your birthday?
Today's
Happy
my
birthday, man.
What?
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
Pups.
We got Danny on for his birthday?
Yeah,
Happy
you got me out here
37?
for my birthday.
to you.
That's excellent.
That is awesome, Danny. Happy birthday, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy birthday, man. Thanks for hanging out
Come
with us
guys,
on your
put some
birthday.
love hearts and stuff in the room and wish my pups a happy birthday. I love you, Pups. I hope you have a lovely day.
Ooh.
Like you there, I do. I'm going
Awesome.
to Grandma's. Grandma and Grandpa invited me over today for supper. We're having
Oh, they're doing you food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Roast beef with Yorkshire pudding.
Oh, don't. I was
Oh.
jealous. Why not? I want to come over there. Come
Roast
and get me.
beef. See, if I was an orb, I would just be like, burp, I'm going over to Danny's for roast beef.
Hell yeah, if I was
There you
on, I would
go,
go through the screen and into his house, and I'd be like, hey.
There we go.
Hope you have room. We're all here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good.
Oh, apparently Oracles is singing to you in Marilyn Monroe's voice, Pups. Very sexy.
Oh, very sexy. See?
Simon, you crack me up. My mom saw your mom on her Christmas thing and declared I had to write a comment, so I looked like a knob just to please my mom.
Yorkshire
That's awesome.
puddings.
I appreciate you, Simon.
Good job.
Yorkshire puddings are lush.
That's it.
Yorkshire pudding, I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Oh,
It's like a little, over here we call it Yorkshire pudding, over there I think you call it something like a muffin or whatever. I don't know what you call it.
no,
but
it's Yorkshire
it's like a
pudding here
little
too.
pastry thing in the middle. Like you've got like your little thing and it's got a hole and you put your gravy over it, you put meat and stuff with it and
Yeah.
stuff.
It's like a really fluffy bun that's baked in the oven,
Yeah.
and it's very light dough, and you fill it with gravy and pepper.
Do you want to see a Yorkshire pudding? It's not cooked, but I'll show you. Hang on.
Sure.
Hang on.
Mom, I hope you're taking notes. I hope you're taking notes. I'm going to want some of this later on today, so let's get an ingredients list going and let's make it happen. Okay, thanks. Cassie, I'm not sure. Are we allowed to say that on YouTube?
Yeah, because it's actually
Oh,
just
there-
a sausage.
What is it, Danny?
It's a sausage. Spotted dick is a sausage.
I can't say I've ever had that. Sorry about
It's like bangers and buns, you know. Bangers and bun with a spotted dick goes good.
that. Mom is
It's
on
not
it.
a sausage, is it? It's not a sausage. It's like
There you
Oh,
go.
okay.
You can get them small, you can get them really big. Like they can come in different sizes, but they're like a little, like he said, it's like a little biscuit fluffy thing, and you can put
Okay.
gravy and meat and veggies
Yeah.
and stuff with it. It's really nice.
Okay, that sounds...
dessert sort of a thing. And you have but you got to have a banger with your spotted dick, you know. So
Yeah. Man, so that's what's... All right, I'm getting a list going here for dinner. Spotted dick and Yorkshire pudding.
yeah,
It's
Yeah.
what's for dinner.
it's
What's for dinner.
It's what for dinner.
That sounds good to me. Yorkshire pudding is popover. I've never heard popover either. Man, what's going on here?
Well, no, to me it's a big fluffy bun. And you put your gravy in there, and you know.
Simon. Simon had spotted dick before, but they fixed it.
Oh, well, that's good. As long as you got antibiotics, you got right.
oh, man.
This is about the time when the podcast goes off the rails, and that's perfectly fine with me.
Yeah, we made it almost 2 hours on the rails.
Danny, what have What kind of you got any stories for us? Any recent paranormal stories that you can share, or you want to
Uh,
share?
no, I haven't really done too much investigation. I've done a couple cases at work, but I haven't like the investigation part where I go and have fun and stuff. I haven't done too much because of the weather.
Yeah.
I haven't been feeling that good, but no, the last thing I did was went and exercised the house. Kind of a day-to-day thing sort of job, But,
Okay.
so it wasn't too exciting. I went
It
there
is, yeah.
and when I went in the house, everybody was saying the people come out of the house. They said it's so hot in there. I said, "Oh, okay." So I went in the house. As soon as I walked in the house, everybody goes, "Holy shit, it's cold in here." So I just, "Oh, okay, I know what's here." So then I went and got rid of their little house guest, and they're very happy now. So
Oh, that's good. So it
yeah,
worked.
so it worked. So I mean, that's
That's
all I
good.
can talk about. What is the job? I can't say too much.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right.
But you were talking about paranormal not being as much now. You know, like for the last 6 or 7 months, yeah, it's gone down. I think a lot of it is too because I think most of it is mainly because of everything else going on in the world right now. That
Yeah.
people are busy and people are, so the media's kind of changed to everything to do with health issues, right? So it's kind of overrun the media,
Mm-hmm.
which is one of the reasons it simmered down a bit. But it'll come right back up. I mean, I'm not worried about it.
The
Now,
paranormal will always come back.
though, like in comparison, when I first started and stuff, man, you couldn't even say ghost or you'd be in trouble. You know what I mean? So to me, I look at the mainstreamness of the paranormal. Like people will talk about it at their kitchen table. Oh, I saw this good ghost show, or hey, I had this experience or stuff like that, and people are open to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
In my time when I first started, along with my guys, um, and the people I knew, you couldn't even say that, or you'd get locked up in a nut house,
Yeah.
and treated very, very badly. Like I've had some experiences, and I was at a couple experiences where I was going to quit working in this field, because of that sort of a thing. But then, of course, the spirits are all saying, you can't quit. Who the hell's going to help us, and stuff like that. So, yeah, they kind of pointed out to me that, there's not very many people that are actually work as hard in the paranormal,
Mm-hmm.
that they need help. So, and that kept me going. And that's the same thing when, like, I was watching my daughter for about 11 months, never said a word in chat until she did that one cinema, and I said, "Listen, you got a dad. I love you to death. You're a great paranormal, and you can't quit because there ain't that many good people going out helping the spirits." It's the same thing that after I done talk to her and everything else. I'm like, "Geez, I'm sounding like the spirits now."
Yeah, because I was going to give it up, not just because of the experience I'd had with my neck, but I had a lot of problems on here with haters and
Mm-hmm.
people like that. I have been hit quite badly that way, but there was points where I wanted to give up, but my pups come to my rescue at the right time and made me realise like that I am valued and needed in my community. A lot of people look up to me, and he still has to do that to me every now and again. Even now, I still
Mm-hmm.
get that little moment where I'm a bit up and down, or I feel a bit overwhelmed, or something's not going right. But he's always there to remind me, just as I'm always there to remind him. He has his moments as well, but that's what our community is about. It's about keeping each other together and keeping
Yeah.
each other believing and keeping each other lifted. It's really important.
Yeah, I've noticed a trend actually with that. Just the short amount of time that I've been in this community, that there's a lot of us that find each other right when we need to,
Yeah.
and there's got to be something to that.
If you come into our community, you'll notice that most people will, when they're wanting guidance, help, and love, and they're wanting people that are really good, they'll come to my pups, they'll come to me, they'll come to Drew. And because we are I guess we're like what you would call the heart of the community. We kind of keep everybody together. All of our channels get visited by the same people. You know, it isn't just us three that make the community. It's the guys that are in the room that make the community as well, because they're just as lovely and friendly as what we are. And but you know, Drew, myself, Pups, you know, we are some of the people on here that people do come to for guidance and help, and just to feel a little bit better, because even though we are investigators and we do what we do, we are people that very much care about the people that support us, our family. We do care about them, and we believe that for a community to work right, a community needs to be together, not separate. You know, so it's very good to keep it together.
Yeah, and that's the problem right now with the internet and people not really hanging out in person anymore. Everyone's hanging out digitally. And I think that's where a lot of us are getting this negative feeling of like, oh, the world is ending and we're in the dark times. And, you know, it's really because you guys just aren't communicating with each other anymore. And if we just got together more and communicated our problems with each other, it would be a lot more opening.
This world's in a mad place at the moment because of all the situations these last couple of years, and I think that everything that that we're not noticing very much of will come back gradually. It's just going to take time. You know, people have had, like Pup said, things to deal with, and there's been other scenarios we've had to face these last couple of years. But there is one thing that is apparent: there will always be the unknown and the supernatural and the paranormal. There will always be that, and there will always be people that are interested in that. It just, people have tendencies to go in and out of it for a little while. You know, they'll be there for weeks and months, and then they have a break, and then they're gone for a couple of months, then they come back. You know, there's always people coming back to the paranormal community. There always is.
Yeah. And the other thing too, with it being the way it is, you know, like, a lot of people say, well, it's just YouTube or it's just this or just that. Well, see, when I started my channel, I realized there's a lot of people, there's lots and lots of channels. They're there to put out the product of whatever their channel is. And this is a good thing. For me, when I started my channel, I said, I'm just going to be me, the way I am at home, 24/7, real as I can be, honest as I can be about everything I do. And I'm just, you know, if I say I like you, you can go to the bank with that. I like you, you know, like I don't have time for bullshit, you know, plain and simple, right?
Right.
And I think a lot of people like that. They find each other after a while, and it becomes a family. Like to me, when I say my YouTubians and my family and my wolf pack or whatever, that's from the heart, because these people are part of my life. You know, when I'm feeling down or upset, I go read my comments and the nice things that the people say, and that lifts me up, right? And I try to lift other people up, you know, but it's not because I'm trying to do something. It's because that's just the way it should be. That's who I am. I'm not going to pretend something different, right? So, and I think that makes a difference. I think if a lot of our group, from my experience, they are who they are in life too, right?
Yeah.
And so you get that sense of community, you get that sense of people, because people are just people. They're not trying to be something they're not, right? And that, I think
and I do get that.
That's what makes this group so much tight and so good, is that people actually give a damn about each other.
Correct.
Yeah, and that is really important, because you'll notice it in here. There is a lot of channels that will pretend to be something that they're not, and then there's something completely different off of line. You know, that they don't really, like, they show respect to their people in their room, but that they don't have that closeness with them. And there is that in our community. Like, when our guys come in our room, it isn't just people that watch us and support us. We like Pup says, we do see them as family. They are very important to us. We'll go to any level to make sure they're okay. I've done it plenty of times, like made sure that people are okay. And, you know, I've done things where if I've heard certain family members say that they're having struggles, I have done donation things. I have done streams to make money to help them. I go beyond what I should do because that is the sort of person I am. Just as Pup does. Pup does it as well.
Yeah, and when I say
it's not how many supporters can we get and how nice for us. We genuinely do care about our people.
Yeah, each and every one. Yeah, it's. I'm happy with the amount of people I got. I don't need any more. If I get more,
I wouldn't care if I didn't get any more, to be honest.
Right.
You know, I'd be happy. I'm happy with that too. But I really do like the closeness as well. But like when I say people putting out a product, I'm not saying that they're trying purposely not to be who they are. I'm saying that they're focused on their channel to produce the best quality of what they're trying to represent, right? Mm-hmm. So they're not as concerned about getting to know everybody because they're trying to make a really good product, right? I'm not saying that they're fake or anything or trying to be fake.
Oh no. No, from my I'm just no. I'm not saying
but for me, I needed to clarify. It's like if I'm gonna work in selling houses, let's say, okay, I'm going to be working selling houses. I'm not going to be sharing the fact that, you know, hey, my son bought me a coffee today, right? Mm-hmm. If I'm on here and I'm working on, I don't know, teaching baking or something, well, my focus is going to be on teaching the baking. It's not going to be on sharing life stuff, right?
Yeah,
that's what I meant.
So yeah, Danny, going back to that that individual that might be hanging out without any friends or family. I don't know if we touched on it, but I wanted to go back to it again and just say that spreading positivity and going out and doing something nice for someone or for the world around you, whether it be nature or another person, that does give you purpose. I mean, you already have a purpose, but that gives you like a sense of reason, like a sense of reason for living and reason for waking up every day. And it does help you out a lot and gives you some self-worth. I can't talk. Self-worth.
And self-esteem.
Yeah, exactly. So, if you're listening to this and you might be that individual that's a little confused, just get up and whatever feels right, do something nice for someone around you, replant a tree, something like that gives you more, it gives you a worth, and it really helps out a lot.
Exactly. It's like, there's so many, there was a time this was quite a while ago. I was pretty down and out about things and myself, and I had some dark thoughts and stuff. I deal with very bad depression and PTSD every day, Mm-hmm. But I was having a real dark time, and I ended up deciding, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go down and help out at a soup kitchen, mm-hmm. Like just volunteer some time, and that way it gave me an opportunity to meet other people and just a chance to say hi to somebody,
Right.
And they were appreciative of me helping them, and it made me feel good, because I was able to do something to help them, and it gave me a chance just to, get away from the four walls, and see something different. And sometimes that helps too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and absolutely. And like, if nothing happens or everything happens for a reason, and there's no such thing as coincidences, if you're there, if something tells you to get up off the couch and go to a soup kitchen and help out like that, there's a reason why you're there, and there's somebody there, maybe everyone there needs to see your smile, and there's people there that need to see that. So if you find yourself in that situation, you're there for a reason. And
there's a lot of stuff in this world that's not nice and affect people, and they, you do need that love and that respect in the world and stuff. Like Pup says, he goes to, but like a soup thing, I do charities, and I'll put clothes that I don't use anymore to go out to other families. I'm one of these, you know, I don't just do my YouTube channels and my company. I actually physically talk to people one to one that are going through very hard situations, suicide. I actually talk to people that are going through suicidal thoughts, try to help them to come around. I do a lot of things. I care about a lot of people's emotions and feelings, not just the paranormal and what's on here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I do work on a daily basis every day, talking to others that, you know, like I said, people that are not in a good place in their mind, people that are losing people, people that have just lost people. I support a lot in that way as well. 'Cause as a person, I've had quite a hard life and it's been very difficult, and I've not always been respected or brought the way that I should be. And because of the way that I've been treated and the way that I don't like being treated, I've chose to be who I am, and I choose to give love and be good and do good things out there. Even though I've not been treated right, doesn't mean that I don't need to treat other people right. If anything, that makes me feel the stronger person because I'm able to come over I've gone through, and it's made me a stronger person and a better person, I think.
Yeah.
So
Hang on, that's the church calling. I'll be right
That's
back.
all right, Danny.
we might have something important.
That's right. That might be
Oh,
somebody
thank
calling
you,
right.
Simon. My voice is soothing. Really?
Soothing voice. Hey, that's a good
Danny's
compliment,
voice
huh?
is soothing to my head, though. Same hiss.
Same as her
Drew
sister
taking
Drew.
me back to my roots. Oh, bless.
Awesome. That's
But I mean, that's what I
awesome to
want
hear,
you
Simon.
guys to do. I don't want you to feel scared of me because I've got a really abrupt voice. I'd like you to be comfortable, and as Cassie said earlier, because I know that certain people are worried about meeting me and that, and she said she's really down to earth, and you'll feel very at home with her.
Yep. And I do.
I'm not hard to get on with.
Absolutely not. Nope.
And I'm not the brightest person, so don't think I'm this educated person that knows all the really hard, sophisticated words to do with paranormal, because I don't. I stick to my own way, Sherry way.
Your own Sherry way.
Yeah.
That's good. Be true to yourself.
Exactly. Be true. Everybody should be true to themselves. There is no right or wrong way to be an investigator. Only remember to have respect and to be real. Okay? There is no right or wrong way to be an investigator. There is no right or wrong way to be a witch. Okay? It's all about respect and understanding. Everybody works differently.
Yeah. Go in with a true
Go with the
intention
flow.
and
As I say, go with the flow and enjoy it.
go with the flow. Don't be too scared.
And be safe. Make sure you protect yourselves and stuff like that. And study if you're new at it. Study a bit.
Yeah, that might be a good topic to get into. Like how, because when you said protect yourself, that's something that I have no knowledge of. You know what?
Protection is very important in investigating and in any sort of thing, to be honest. Like things like sage, sandalwood, getting things like crystals and different incense like dragon's blood and sage, lavender. These sort of things are really good to take on investigations. Doing prayers, like a lot of people have worry and they're like, well, hang on a minute, I'm not religious, so why should I do a prayer? Right, I'm going to say this to you now. You do not need to be religious to be able to read a prayer out. Okay, if you're in that moment and there is something happening and you believe in what you're saying and in what you're doing, it will work. Okay, it's not about having a faith or a belief. Like, well, if you're not a Christian and you don't go to church, it means it ain't gonna work. That's nonsense. Okay, if you've got that belief in you, okay, it will work, because the power and the energy to get rid of something is not in the tool, it's in you. Okay, it's you that makes it happen. When I pick up my crosses, my wands and things like that, they don't automatically start working. You make them work. These tools will do nothing if you don't do the work to them.
Yeah.
Okay? You make that work. So prayers, it doesn't matter if you're religious or not. Okay, if you're in a place and you're in a situation and it doesn't feel good and you want to get rid of that energy, you're going to believe in every word that you're saying in that prayer, and that is going to make that work. Okay, and I say this to everybody. Well, I'm not religious, so I can't. No, that's just crap. Okay, you don't need to be religious for something to help you. You just got to have belief in yourself and in what you're doing, and it'll work. So crystals, sage, sandalwood. You've got frankincense and myrrh, silver, copper, gold. All sorts of different things that you can take with you. gopher bags. My pups makes a gopher bag where he's got different salts. You've got your black salt, your white salt, black salt, white salt, sage, sandalwood, a few crystals. There's certain bags and stuff that I make, being of which I make certain bags that are for investigators, which helps you with certain energies. And I've learned some of that through pups as well. You can get different spiritual bags to help spirits cross over, to help you be protected. That is when, to me, protection is a very important thing, and is something that you do need to use when you're investigating, because you just don't know what you're walking into. A prayer and believing in that prayer, having those things out helps to dephase any situation that might go on. It won't fully stop it, but it will keep you safe, and it's very important. Hello, Pup's doing his woo.
Yeah, I just saw I had a pup sighting. Oh, there he goes again.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
Sherry, do you have a window? Do you have a window or something next to you that would produce like a white light that would go over your head? I just saw something that is like a white.
What, here?
Mm-hmm.
No. I've got a window here, but my curtains are shut.
Hey, I'm back.
That's interesting. I'll have to write down what number. This was 2 hours and 10 minutes in. I'll have to.
Yeah, if you see it, if you see a long thing here,
mm-hmm.
then that might have been a car thing going past. But if you see it directly here, that wouldn't have been anything.
It was right above your head. It went from your right side to the left.
That would have been a spirit then, because it would have been right over here. You wouldn't be able to see right over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
You will find that in my shows. I get a lot of things flying around my head.
Hey, Sam.
That's the first time I've seen something like that on a live stream
Sam's
before.
one of my workers. Hello, darling. How are you?
Hey, Sam. How's it going?
Hi, everyone. I didn't see you come in.
Protection. Like I said, you don't have to go to church, pick up a Bible, sit there for it to work. Okay, you do not have to be in church for it to work. If you, like I said, the belief in yourself and the belief in what you're saying and what you're doing in that moment will make it work. No tool works without your belief and your power. And pups will say this to you as well. And pups like me and like a lot of other people, we all believe that protection is a very important thing when it comes to the strange and the unknown. And things like normally you would only need things like sage, sandalwood, some incense, crystals, bits like that, you know what I mean? But obviously for the more negative ones, then you've got your things like your frankincense and myrrh, your coal, your different salts, you've got different things. Like I said, every haunting and every spirit is different, so everything is treated differently. You can't go do one demonic spirit of a low case and then go to a higher one and do the same one. It won't work. You need to there are different levels to who they are, and there are different levels to how you get rid of energies. Okay, so there's different things you would need. That's why I say if you're coming into it, it's very important for you to research about different spirits, to research about protection, and to research how to do investigations properly and how to communicate properly before you go out.
The most important part of that is whatever you're using for protection, whatever you use for protection, you have to believe in it. Doesn't matter what anybody else does. If you don't believe in it, it's not worth squat. Okay, you got to have something that you believe will protect you. Right? It's all about your belief and your faith. That's what's given it the strength. If you don't believe it's going to do anything, why bother bringing it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Only bring what you feel is the protection. It might be a necklace from your grandma. It might be a ring from your dad. It might be a watch. It might be, but something you have that you feel protection from. That's what you bring with you.
Yeah,
like that makes sense.
These are my protection things, and I have my crosses and stuff. Like I said, I was christened a Christian, but I don't believe in the church and that. And you do not need to believe in the church to be able to read the Bible. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is your protection, your prayers, all of the things you comes from within you. If you picked up any tool or any cross or anything and you don't believe in what you're picking up, it's not going to work, because it's you that makes it work. It's not that it's going to do it on its own. You've got to make that work. The same with your crystals.
Mm-hmm.
Your crystals won't work unless you put energy in them and put that intention in them. It's you that makes it work.
It's your own faith. It's your own belief. It's your own spirit that challenges your belief, right? So think of it this way: a spirit is like a nuclear reactor. It's so much energy in a human spirit, it's ridiculous. Okay, and
Yeah.
everybody has a spirit. Now, it's what you believe. You know how you say, "Oh, that person puts out good vibes. That person puts out nice feelings. This person." It's because that's what they believe. It's what they feel. It's who they are, right? And that's all charged by your inner spirit, right? So if you have something of faith, something that you believe in, that's where your power is. That's what your spirit said, okay, this is going to be a power source. That's going to be a power source. So you want to use your power source to protect yourself.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, I know it's you, Chris. I see you come in the room and I said, hello, Chris. I just want to say a big shout out to Chris and Dakota from Bold and Bonkers as well, quickly as well. And they reached their 1K, which is really amazing. So well done, lads. Really, really, really happy for you all. And welcome in the room.
Yeah, thanks a lot for being here.
In your chat as well.
Hey, brother Chris.
Let's go, man.
Everyone's meeting up on the same. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, we're very busy. Anywhere that I go, anywhere that Pups goes, they follow. Believe me, they all come.
I'm American Indian, so I wear this all the time. This is always touching.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my. I can't. If I don't have that on, I kind of panic.
Yeah, I hear you. I got a medicine bag myself, so.
Yep. I have to have that on.
There are just certain things that are very, very important to you, and that you cannot function without. Like mine is my cross and my stone and my my other things I got. If I didn't have them things on me, I would not feel comfortable on my investigations. There are just certain things you need with you, definitely.
Big hug from my brother Chris out there.
Big hugs from Pups, Chris, and well done on your 1K, boys.
Yeah, congratulations on 1K. That's awesome.
Well done.
Yeah, good job.
Make sure we get over there and give you another 2. We need to drop that link. We need their link, guys.
Yeah, no, definitely check each other out. These guys are awesome. I've met them today, Chris, but they are really cool. And
Cassie, if you can hunt them down and drop their links for us,
they're really cool.
Would be awesome.
Yeah, Cassie.
Yeah, I like Chad.
Roll the bones, guys, as Pup says.
Roll Chad and Sonny's bones, everybody.
Yeah, Chad's and Sonny's as well. Roll the bones.
Here we go. I think I found it.
Purgatory Paranormal. Hello, my angels. How are you?
Yeah, it's Purgatory. Big hugs.
Brown Dew to Flop. Okay. Hello. Lovely name. Really cool. Bit of a tongue twister.
Carol's going back to bed, but I appreciate you being here, Carol. Thanks a lot.
Hugs, Carol.
Go get some more sleep and listen.
Literally 4 hours sleep.
Night,
and
Carol.
I can't believe that I'm so I think I just love interviews and stuff, even though I get scared at first. But
yeah, I've noticed that actually. I'm getting a lot less sleep doing these interviews and getting to know more people, but it's almost like the universe is giving me energy. Like, yeah, you only got 4 hours of sleep, but we're going to help you out with that and give you a little bit more energy just so you can get through the day.
And they do. And that's the thing that you'll find. The more that when you do this sort of work, and when you do this sort of love and work and stuff, when you give, like I said, when you give to them, they give back, okay? So they will support you through things. Like, if you're going to go into a woods and take stuff and not give back here, then that's not going to support you and help you be energized, is it? So that's how I look at it. The more that you give and you show your appreciation and love to these things, they'll do it back.
Hey,
okay? You feel it. You feel it well and truly.
Yeah, that's definitely something that I've noticed. Hanging out with all you guys is.
Oh, thank you.
I was a lot more tired and wore out before, but.
I was like sitting there before the show. I was like, oh my God, how am I going to keep my eyes open? I've hardly slept, but I have. I've just been open. I'll go sleep again later. Like Cassie said, she's going to go sleep later.
Yeah, that's another thing that we do is we take like 2 or 3 hour little breaks and then we get back into it again.
4 hours. That must be the show then. Everybody got 4 hours.
I got 5 hours, so I'm a little ahead of you guys, but yeah.
Well, see, you young guys don't know this, okay? But I'll tell you what it is. It's called naps, okay?
Little naps.
Here's I'll give you instructions on how to do it. Get old, find a chair, sit down. Done. Okay. Have a little nap. Say, get up off your chair and do something else. Okay.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
Just keep on going.
Yeah, just
keep moving forward.
Chair, sit down, take a nap.
Yes.
Get up.
Absolutely.
To any of my guys coming in, and to any of our guys that are coming in the room that are new and ain't got these guys, please support them. They're awesome. 31 likes. Thank you, guys. You're
Wow,
doing
that's awesome. Thank you guys so
well
much.
done.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I will definitely go to all these guys after. I gotta go through the chat after the show and make sure I
Well,
subscribe.
believe me when I say that you've got a legit family here, yeah, and we will have your back through thick and thin. We will help you if you've got anything that you struggle in or you don't understand. That's what we're here for. We're here as a family, but we're also here to help you to reach your goals and what you want to be doing. So just know that we're all there for you, and you've now got a family forever.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
she's there for you. I ain't doing squat. I'm just
Danny's going to find his chair to sit in.
I'll find my chair.
The pup sits back and just lets me get on with it. At the minute, like if it's like really important stuff, he'll step in and that. But if it's anything that we're just go to my daughter's channel, I'll just sit back and watch, and if she needs me, I'll jump in.
Excellent.
Like, yep, come to me.
Yeah. Sam, what is your, or as if anyone else knows, what is Sam's channel so we can share that out too?
Yeah, Samuel is one of my workers. He's going to be having a show on the 8th, which is on my channel, because on my company, when I do my company work, we do a show with Samuel, and I run that through my main channel and my company channel. So if you guys want to get that on the 8th.
Yeah, I like Sam's. I like Sam. Sam's a good egg.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's good.
I like Sam.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, Sam. Appreciate you being here. In Para-Urban, Ontario.
Hello.
I run myself till I have no more steam, not just as a paranormal researcher and investigator, but also as someone in recovery. I counsel recovering addicts and alcoholics. Well, that is
nice job.
Awesome.
Good
job.
Keep
it up. Cool.
Goodness out there and helping people. That's a good thing to do.
Man, such a common trait with all of us in this community. Everyone that I've met so far. No, I've never met anyone so far in this community that's like, yeah, that they're only here for themselves or just only here to find a couple answers and leave.
Me, they are out there, sweet. They are out there. But
yeah.
If you stay in the right community and with the right people, you'll be safe. Okay? They are out there. There are people that try and bring you down, but you've got to learn to oversee that and not respond to it. I have done it in the past and nearly put myself into a breakdown until my pup saved me. And, it wasn't through anything I'd done wrong. But one thing in this community is just let it go over your head when it comes to drama and people causing trouble. There's no point getting involved in it. Just move on. And you've got the family here now that you need to be part of that will have your backs through everything. So, but don't sit there and think that you're safe. They will come out and they will try at some point. We all go through it, but it takes a bigger person just to go, okay, and block. Just don't.
Right.
I'll give you some sage advice, okay? About that. When you get some nasty comment, okay, here's what you do. You say, oh, that's nice. You could take a long, hard suck on my ass and then block them, and that's it. Done. So
yeah, or you could do that, or you
could always do that.
That's what I do. That's what I. So I mean, feel free to talk. You could take a long, hard suck on my ass. Goodbye. Click.
Yeah, and delete. Yeah, after you've said it.
Yeah. There's always different ways of dealing with it, for sure.
I agree, Purgatory. Haters are going to hate. Just ignore and keep on keeping on. Exactly.
Yeah.
Remember
don't feed the hatred. Feed the love.
Remember your purpose and remember that you're here for a reason. Keep on moving forward.
Yeah, that's what Pup says. He says that, and I normally just say, just get out my room. Not got no time for you. Block. Goodbye. You know what I mean? I ain't got the time to respond to you. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to do any of that. You get on with it. You know what I mean? I used to. Pups will tell you, but Pups used to nearly have a heart attack every time I went live because people would give me a hard time, and I used to lose it. If anyone went after my guys in the room, I would go like fire. Because I am the fire element. So it's just like, my girl literally gets into my bones, literally. Give me 2 minutes. Somebody's at my door, Pups. You talk to these guys. I'll be back in a minute.
No problem, Sherry.
Yeah. So you can't be doing that. People are going to notice that. They won't notice the good channel. So,
That's right. So what's up, Danny? What kind of stuff you getting into lately?
Oh, well, lately I just I'm working on my new channel
Okay.
right now because I can't do too much on the paranormal right now. But
What's
it's
your new
Danny,
channel?
Danny Wolf, and it's basically I'm just trying to get back in shape
Okay.
because been basically in a chair for 4 years and stuff. So I'm trying to learn to get my balance again and stuff like that. So I'm doing workouts and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I just did a 28-day challenge that I invented, and I actually got through it and made it. So I achieved something. So I feel good about that. And I'm
Excellent.
starting a new 28-day challenge tomorrow. And I got doing soup can boogie, doing stuff with soup cans.
Oh, really?
And then I got some band exercises for biceps, triceps, and all that.
Yeah.
And then I'm adding free weights, dumbbells for this challenge.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah, and some ab exercises and stuff. So it's another 28-day challenge starting tomorrow.
Well, that's great. That's definitely something that a lot of people can follow and relate to for sure.
Oh, he's doing
I
awesome
gave-
in that. He's doing really
I gave
awesome
up.
with exercise.
I gave up working out like that, Danny. And yesterday, the dryer broke. And when I got to the part where I had to pull the drum out, I took the drum out and I was thinking, damn, did I leave clothes in here? It's heavy. So I looked in there, it was empty. It was empty, and I was like, nope, it's empty and you're old. That's where that extra weight came from. So I think I'm going to have to start working out again, too.
Yeah. So, but that's
Pups is doing amazing with his workouts and that. His videos are really interesting to watch. I'm
Yeah.
liking these band things, but I get a bit worried sometimes when he does it. It's going to snap and he's going to go on his face because you said the way that they stretch. I'm like, oh my god, I'm like one eye, like
28
eye, but it's fine.
A 28-day goal like that, if you can make it 28 days, the first 30 days is always the roughest. On
Oh,
anything.
yeah.
It's good to do stuff like that.
Oh,
It
that's
inspires
awesome
others.
that you actually are accomplishing those 28 days. You're doing what you
well
set out
up
to do. That's
until
awesome.
I was 264 when I started this one, the last one. I was 264. I had lost 240 pounds, right? But I needed to get to 251.5 to be half the man I used to be, right?
Yeah.
Because I was 100 or 503 pounds when I started 6 years ago. So I did this challenge because I wanted to try to get to half a man because this stupid goal has been going on way too long, So I thought, well, I'm going to make this challenge and see what happens. Just give her a go away. I ended up losing 13 pounds in the 28 days. And I weigh now 251 pounds, and I've lost 252 pounds.
That's
so I'm half the
amazing.
man I used to be.
That's amazing,
That's
Danny.
awesome.
But he's doing amazing, and it's an inspiration for people to watch him and that, especially those that are wanting to do the same and they haven't been doing it. Seeing him do it, it's making people want to do it as well, and that's what's important. It is really good, and that it's better for him. It's better for his health. He's going to be healthier. He's going to be happier, and maybe
Yeah.
able to get round a little bit more better than he can, and he's doing it all for the better. I mean, I'm very proud of my pups. He's doing awesome. He's starting to look very, very dapper.
Yeah, that is so
Yeah.
awesome.
Tell.
Yeah, I got rid of
Well, that
some
is
of the
awesome,
rooster skin here, which just makes me feel good, But
Yeah, well,
I-
nobody's going to say
and
anything
it's not
bad to you
easy,
because
guys, what
the
he's
dead
doing,
wolf's
that's-
just going to chase them. Nobody says
What-
anything bad to my pups because I would chase them literally.
yeah, so I'm quite happy with what I've accomplished this first 28. The second 28 day, just like the first time, I'm a little bit scared because it's a challenge, right? Like, what's the point of making a challenge if it's not challenging? So
Right.
hopefully
Is
I
that
get through
Astro,
it.
pups?
Did
Yeah,
you
I
see that black shadow go back behind him too?
Moving above the
I
top
seen
of
it
the
too.
thing.
Yeah, that's just Astro running around.
It's just like going
Did you
back
miss
and
that
forth.
one, Chad?
Like he's
Yeah, I did
staring
miss
at
it.
you.
228,
It's like watching
228.20.
it.
You want to write that one down, Chad?
How are you, sis?
Don't worry about keeping track in this house of spirit activity. This is Grand Central Station. That shit happens to I don't even notice it anymore. Yeah, it's not
The only reason I noticed because I see him going past you, then he stopped right in the middle of the wall and was staring at me, and I was like, "Pups, is
It
that
sure
Astro?"
looked
Look,
like
there's
it.
another light there as well. Yeah, like he was walking back and forth. I was like, "Yeah, he's keeping his eye on me."
Hey, Drew, sweetheart. There's my niece,
Like, who
Drew.
is this?
Yeah, see, Astro does that. Yes, yes, definitely, dear.
And Shikara as well, but Shikara
Yeah.
normally stands behind him, but Astro just does random stuff sometimes, and he comes over and annoys me a lot as well. He picks on
Yes,
me.
he likes to do that.
Danny, I think I found your channel. I just want to make sure it's a picture of. It's just a picture of you, right, with a red
Yeah.
shirt on.
Yeah.
Okay, I put that link in the comments too, so people can click on that. And
Oh, thank you.
please
Yeah.
subscribe to Danny's channel. That is very motivating.
When I started this channel, I said I won't even get 10 YouTubians on it, and I didn't care because the reason I'm doing it was I have to be accountable for myself, right? So I started putting up there just so both workouts every day I'd get my 2 workouts done, you know, and so I started doing that, and I'll be darned if 5 or 6 people haven't bought bands, and I got 7 people that do the boot can boogie all the time, and I'm like, really? So now I got like 50 people on there, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? You know.
That's great.
But,
Well, you're gonna get a lot more now. I'm gonna keep sending people your way.
Simon, when did I scare you? I remember your name looks familiar. You said that I scared you on my channel, so I was either channeling or I scared you by doing a reading and was quite spot on.
It's one or the other, yep.
One or the other.
Sometimes when the readings are spot on, it gets me too.
Because he was just saying up the thing. He was like, thanking Chad for having me on here. I know where you are, Simon. I just can't remember what I scared you on. That's the only thing. It's definitely either a card reading or I was channeling.
Gemma Jade got me like that when she did my reading.
Oh,
Chad,
yeah,
you know, you're one of the persons that I questioned. I even asked Chad. I was like, "Did you tell her
an extra telestial I was channeling, and I went weird, and the guys were freaking out in the room. That's where I scared him." But I will warn anybody that comes on my chats, I do channel spirit, extraterrestrial, and whatever. You will get that sometimes. Please do not be alarmed. I am very adowned in what I do there. It may look like I'm not in control, but I am. Believe me.
That'd be interesting to see. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
I've got quite a few videos of that where I've channeled little girls and spirits and the extraterrestrial. I get visions, and I've been drawing these symbols and stuff they've been showing. But I'm also trying to establish certain colonies and stuff to do with them to be related with things to do here, because me and Pups were together the other day, and I was saying about my extraterrestrial. Now I know that they were extraterrestrial that I see, but Pups was going, yeah, but that table that you drawn is something I've seen in the spirit world as well. Now I'm trying to establish how the spirit world and this table is in the same place. Yeah. Now I'm kind of coming to establish that maybe we're all linked. We're all one. We're all here in this universe. We all belong to this universe. And I just believe that there are certain characters and certain energies that are connected in many realms, not just in this realm, but in other realms as well. There are certain energies and certain ways that run all of us, no matter what you are. Okay. So this is why I'm seeing this table from them, and Pups has seen the table from the spirit side. I know that table exists in the spirit side, but I've seen it differently in the spirit side. To what? Astro, you're putting me off. But yeah, you know, I've got you know, I'm starting to come round to it, but I am starting to realise that there are certain things that are linked in both. Like this table that I drew was definitely extraterrestrial walking around it, but Pups also made me very aware of something else it may be. So yeah, there's links.
Malou had a question from the chat. Can Sherry feel if people are alive or dead?
Depends on the person or the spirit, but yeah.
It depends. If I can, it depends. Sometimes I have to be really open to you in that. Can Sherry feel if people are alive or dead? I have been able to pick up on people in the past that were missing, and they did turn up to be passed away. But I do intend to try not to get too involved in that sort of stuff, because I don't believe in giving a full explanation in things like that in case it's wrong and it's going to upset someone. I will talk directly to the dead or directly to someone that is living that wants to talk to someone dead. I try not to pick up on the facts if somebody's dead or not, because it's not always concrete and things can come through and mess it up. So I try not to defeat in that way.
What are you doing, butthead?
I saw that too, Dan. He's over your right shoulder.
Yeah.
There's something going on back there.
He's going to come back again in a minute. It's because I'm on it.
He says I'm photobombing you.
Look, he's there again. Look, he's winding me up.
Oh my lord.
Come over here. Come and see me.
He says I'm photobombing you.
I know you're photobombing me. You always photobomb me.
That is so crazy to see.
He is awesome. I call him for anything that I feel might be a little bit out of my league. He comes like straight away. Don't even have to call him. He knows.
Yeah, absolutely, Simon. I agree with Cassie here. We're gonna work on you valuing yourself. I've learned recently from Chris Bledsoe that you should never talk negatively about yourself or anyone else, and that just talking negatively about yourself brings, it opens yourself up for more negativity. And
no, here's the thing.
Man. I like Simon.
Never put yourself down, okay?
Right.
Because there's 10 million assholes out there that'll do that for free, so you don't need to help them.
No.
What you need to do is bring yourself up, think about different things. Like, okay, for instance, like I deal with, and I never hide the fact, but I'm a manic depressive and I have PTSD. So sometimes during a day, the only thing I can say is, hey, you know what? You did your best today. So good on you. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes the only thing I can say good is something very generic, something like, well, you know what? You made it through the day. Good job.
Yeah.
Some days I could say, hey, you did a good workout, or hey, you were nice to these people, or whatever. Look at the stuff you're doing for helping other people, because, you might be putting your shit down, but you're still going out there and you still give a shit about other people and you're trying to help them. So why not say, hey, you did good helping this person?
Right.
And focus on that. That's a first step, and a long way to go. I mean, it's no cure, but it's a first step in starting to appreciate yourself. It's appreciate what you do for others.
Right. I have a really hard time believing that Simon goes a whole day without making anyone smile. I mean, he's just that type of person. I'm sure he changes people's attitudes for the better in more ways than one, more times than he can imagine.
Exactly. And like my pups, I have mental health issues and things that get on top of me sometimes. But the most rewarding thing is being able to still get up and be able to make others feel good. It makes you feel better in yourself, like Pup said, it does. Even when I'm feeling at my lowest, I do try and make other people feel good, because it makes you feel good as well. It makes you feel like you're doing something and you're replacing that pain and whatever you're feeling, And I think that's very important.
I think take the energy of the negativity that's with around you
and make it positive. Yeah,
take that negative shit and turn it into positive energy and send it back out.
Exactly.
That's a very good way to start changing your life. That's another thing too with my workout thing. Like, I was ready to retire from the paranormal and hang up my boots. But then Pop and, Buttons out there and everybody else is like, no, you can't. We still need you around for another 10 years. So I think if I'm going to hang out in this business and still go out and do investigations, I need to get back in shape, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm working out and doing all this stuff because I want to be around another 10 years to help out everybody. So, and that's really helping my depression. It's helping my, because, and same with my PTSD, because I find after that 28 days, during that 28 days, my episodes at night, that's usually when they happen for me, were a lot less. And I think it's because of the endorphins from the exercising you know,
Well, it is the endorphins. If you think
and
about it, it's that happy
making you
thing because
feel
you're doing
better.
something really good. You're making yourself feel really good. So that's taking all of that worry and
Yeah.
pain that
So
you've
I
been
think that
feeling. It's
helps, you
taking it
know.
away.
And that was a side effect I wasn't expecting. That was like when I sat back and I thought about it and I realized, hey, you know what? I've had 5 less episodes this month.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was because of the exercise. I think because I was feeling good after the exercise and stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly, Chris.
So I
We
mean,
do have the best community ever.
so you know, like if I could share that with you guys out there, if you're having, you know, stuff bothering you or stuff that's hanging on to your brain and things, you know, like what I'm doing, find something to do that's going to make you feel good, and it'll lessen the other part. So I mean, it's just something that I'll share with you. If you can use it, feel free.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm
Exactly, and it
definitely
does.
gonna check your channel out.
Happiness is a hard thing to find, and it's good when you've got people that do that. A smile and a bit, a good deed goes a long way for people. Even it's not hard to be kind, and it's not hard to smile and be nice and to make somebody feel a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to do very much. You don't have to go out of your way. You could just sit there, smile, and just say, "Oh, you look lovely." That could make somebody's day really, really good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, just yesterday I was in the grocery store, and most people that I pass now don't even look at you. It's
yeah,
weird.
no,
It's like people just think that we're like against each other for some reason, but the people that you do make eye contact with and smile, I mean, it's just like you can feel their energy.
oh
You know,
yeah,
you should always say something nice to somebody all the time. Once in a while, like, okay, Sonny, I like your hat. See, there you go.
Yep.
I had to.
Keep
He's
my
laughing.
dome warm.
Yeah, that's more of a necessity for Sunny, right? You don't have
Yeah, yeah. That's my hair.
you lost all your fur up top.
Yeah.
but yeah, just be you guys. Be safe. Be you. Be real. Enjoy what you do. If you're going to come out and make channels and stuff like that, just be who you are and just be legit and genuine and just enjoy it. And obviously, if you're new to paranormal, just make sure you do your research and you look into the things that you need to be looking into. Like I've said previously in this show, if you go back over it,
Mm-hmm.
anybody can be an investigator, but doing it the right way takes time. Do it the right way. Just
Right.
enjoy it, guys. That's the main thing I can say to you is just enjoy it and be real and be respectful.
Very good. And that's a good message to take away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Go with good intentions.
Yes.
Exactly. Treat spirits the way you want to be treated. Because remember, they're people too.
That's a good
They
bumper
are,
sticker.
and this is what I said. They are people, and they deserve respect, good or bad. You never push them over the limit because you don't know what they're fully capable of, even when you've got abilities. So, always be respectful. Yeah, they're not to walk over you. Yeah, it's okay to stand your ground, but be respectful doing it. Another thing I just want to say really quickly as well. So I know a lot of people that go on about when they go out investigating that they find that their equipment and stuff gets really, really drained really quickly. Now, there is something that I learned from my lovely pups down there. Now, if you take things like fruits like orange, that will give them the source for food and the source for drink, which will give them an energy and will stop them interfering with your equipment. Spirits love orange for 2 different reasons. Other fruits, putting things like baccy and stuff out to give them energy as well. Just little gifts. I like a lot of people, they'll go to these investigations and wonder why these spirits do not communicate the way they do. Always go and show them love and respect. Take them an offering. Take them something to show your love and dedication. Always ask them for permission to enter their places. Okay? Because it's their home, it's their place. So respect it. Respect and look after them the way you would expect someone to look after your family. Okay?
Yeah.
Because they are people, like Pup said.
Absolutely. I still want to make that a bumper sticker someday, man. Treat spirits the way you want to be treated. I like that. That'd be a good bumper sticker for a paranormal store.
That would be an awesome sticker.
Yeah.
That would be.
Well, have at it. It's all yours.
Oh no, you're getting 50% of the profits.
Yeah, I did
Hey,
mention
Woody.
all of you earlier, but you've got Pups from Chasing Bones and Spectres. You've got Drew's Paranormal Vlog Drew. She's my sister, absolutely amazing investigator and also a witch. You've got our lovely guys from Bold and Bonkers, which is Chris and Dakota. Really, really good guys into all strange and unknown, but really into the UFO stuff. So just support with them. We've got me over. Most of these guys in there I know. So
That's awesome.
support
Yeah,
each
thanks for
other.
bringing everyone.
Just support each other, guys. Come together.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, I'm gonna have to go through here and make sure I subscribe to all the channels that
Big
are
hugs to you too.
coming to hang out. Bald and Bonkers. I really like that name. That's cool.
It is. That is because they are literally bald and they are bonkers. But they're bonkers in a good way.
Bald and Bonkers. Let me make sure I'm subscribed to them.
Yeah.
Boom.
Do we have their link dropped in here? I'll subscribe to them too.
We did, but I'm gonna drop it right now. Please subscribe to them. Bald and
You just
Bonkers.
woke up, ODS, brother. Well,
I can't go by
welcome, and I'm glad that you're awake.
We are bald.
There you go. That's Bold and Bonkers one.
Yeah, I call them low beam and high beam.
Yeah. Pups, yeah.
I
Pups
like
has
that.
a name for everybody, believe me.
I like that. Low beam and high beam. Can't wait to hear what my nickname is.
Oh, it'll come, believe me. He'll find one with Astro's help. It's normally Astro that gives him that little help. Like, yeah, call him that. Like that, we've got like ODSD in here. Yeah, okay. He's got several names. There's a couple of names that the spirits call him. Some will not respond to hippie. Some will respond to his other one. It's really weird. Like
Yes.
Pups will say, "Do you love Woody?" And they don't answer. And then he'll go, "Do you love hippie?" And then they'll answer. And it's the same guy. It's just weird. It's so weird.
That's cool.
Like they choose names and everything. They're so funny.
Yeah, they like to rise the shit out of it. We'll do a spirit box, and I'll say, "Hey, Woody's here," and they'll go,
Mm-hmm.
right, I says, "What about you? Don't like Woody?" I says, "Oh, hippies!
No,
Yay, hippie!
Yay!" It's like it's the same guy, guys, and they're like, "No,
I say,
yes,
Spirit, you realize
the same
he's the same. Spirit, you realize he's the same guy, eh?" And they all go, "Yeah, we know." So, do you like Woody?
guy. I just
No.
prefer the other name.
Do you like hippie? Yeah.
Yep, just gotta use the right one.
It's just so funny. They just like
You
to
will
rattle.
definitely get a name. You will definitely get a name.
Para Urban says that Danny, I'm gonna be coming around your way come April.
All right. Well, let me
that'd
know
be
then, and we'll meet up. We'll go do some investigation or something.
Hey, there you go.
I should be coming to America at some point this year, if everything goes well.
that's awesome.
Oh, that'd be awesome. We'd love to have you.
It'd be nice. I am looking towards actually moving to America.
Oh wow, that'd be great. What area are you looking?
Texas.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, maybe I'll see you down there.
I've
Yeah,
got-
I
I
want to
have got a destiny, and my destiny is America. It's always been. I live in the American time. I'm in the UK. I am awake. I'm asleep in the daytime, and I wake up at night. I'm in the UK, in the USA time zone.
Yeah.
I am a USA in the wrong. I'm a USA person in the wrong country. That's what I say.
See, I've always been really good with working midnight shift. I've been on midnights for probably 15 years now, and I love being awake during the night.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm supposed to be in a different country too.
Possibly. That's what I'm saying. And it's really weird because I've never ever been able to sleep at night. And I've
Mhm.
always been in the USA time zone. And I've always felt very connected to the USA. So I know that that is my home place. When people say to me, like, I go, I'm a US citizen. I'm just in the wrong country. I was born in the wrong country. They put me in the wrong place. That's what I
Damn,
say.
storks. That's why they should use homing pigeons, because they would have brought you to the right place. But the storks,
Exactly. They should have
Of course
brought
they
me
get
home in
confused,
pigeon.
eh?
I wouldn't have been here then.
Yeah. God, homing pigeons. That's a whole nother. You could do a whole 3-hour podcast probably on homing pigeons. Those are something
Yeah.
else.
homing pigeon.
It's pretty cool how that works.
Flying rats, that's all.
Flying rats. Yeah, but how do they know how to get back home?
They're just intelligent. I guess that they're just made to be that way, aren't they?
I don't
I
know.
guess so.
I'd be a bit worried if I was a homing pigeon because I think I'd lose everybody.
Yeah, Drew's on Canada time. That's because her uncle's here. That's why.
I'm on
I'm on
Canada.
both. I'm on my pup's time zone and the USA time zone. I don't sleep at all through the night and stuff like that. It's just nuts.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know why I've always just been naturally drawn to the night, but I'm just wide awake at night, and during the
I'm a
day I
night
want to
owl.
sleep.
Well, that's
Annie,
some people say
Annie
she's
says the
a
USA
vampire.
needs you.
Yeah, that's my
Oh,
mama.
thank you, Annie C. And I need the
Oh.
USA, believe me.
That's
Hi,
my mom.
Mama.
If you guys see Annie C, that's where I came from, right
The
there.
US needs you.
There
I
you
take it
go.
your mum likes me then. She likes my accent.
That's right.
Very nice to meet you, ma'am.
Well, ma'am, you did a very good job. Nice young man.
You have a very lovely son and co-host. They are very, very trained, very well.
Well, thank
Should
you
be
for
very,
saying
very
that.
pleased.
We're newbies, but we're trying to make it work.
Yeah, we love our newbies because they're more to learn. You and you'll.
Oh, I've
you'll
got
pick them
I've
up.
got a lot of questions.
Oh, thank you.
A
And
lot
I
of
love
questions,
your
Papa.
accent, so I'm mad on American accents. So I'm glad you love mine because I find mine boring, and I love yours.
That's awesome. Yeah, when
So-
somebody comes in that has an accent, we're always like, "Oh, really cool accent," but we don't really realize that we have an accent too.
I've never really understood what the Americans like about an English British accent because I find it very boring and
Oh.
very like common sounding. But everybody that knows me from America go nuts over my accent. They go, "You've got
Yeah.
the most beautiful voice."
It's
I'm
very
like, "Really?"
elegant.
Hi, Terry Brown.
I think it just makes you sound posh sometimes, and I ain't posh.
Yeah, I think people from the United States have just like a real blunt accent.
Oh my god, yeah. You wait until you meet Chris from Bold and Bonkers. He's Scottish. He's got the best apart from
Excellent.
the Americans, the best accent ever. Him and Drew. They've
That's
got a
excellent. I
beautiful
can't
accent.
wait. Yeah, but I'll have to have them all on or go on their shows and help each other out. I can't wait for that.
Sis,
This
why
is,
do you get embarrassed? You've got the most beautiful voice ever. You've got that twang. It's just so cool.
Who I do?
I would that I'm well spoken. I guess that's what they say. It sounds like I'm well spoken. I'm not.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
very down to earth, but I'm saying about my sister Drew's, and she's saying that her accent's embarrassing. I said it ain't embarrassing.
Oh,
It's
no.
Scottish. They've got the most beautiful accent I have ever heard, apart from the Americans, obviously. But
Yeah, Simon says that my mom or his mom likes my mom. That's pretty cool.
oh, that's good as well.
Different sides of the
Got new
planet.
training.
So proper. Yep. That's what I say too. Sounds like very proper accent.
Well,
She's a
thank
good
you.
mom too. Yesterday we were on here and I had cut myself working on that dryer. She seen the blood. She told me you clean that up.
Yeah. Yeah, she
I
saw.
went and took care of it. Look, well, almost totally gone already. And that was a big old cut.
See, because you put Neosporin. Did you put Neosporin
That's
on
right,
it?
I did. And a band-aid, just like she said. Thanks, Mom.
No, you
That's
don't.
funny.
What are you talking about? You sound boring in the US. I don't think you do. You've got the most beautiful accents I have ever heard. I do not find,
Especially a
the
Texas
USA
accent.
Nah, I don't find that boring. Oh, don't tell me about Texas accent. Yeah. Oh yes.
Josh Casey and Melissa got a great accent from
Oh yeah.
North Carolina.
Definitely
Yeah, I
not
love it.
boring.
Simon, find out your Scottish roots, and I'll go to the area and show you, brother. Scotland is small. Scotland is small.
It is. It's very beautiful there, though.
Thank you for having us,
Welcome to the
Cassie.
family, Chad and Sonny. Definitely.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us. It's always a new adventure. Getting to talk to new people from. This is crazy how this works. I mean,
You got some pretty awesome people that you're going to be coming into communication with. I would very strongly, like, I know you want Pups to come up and do an interview with you, but I would get Drew and get Chris and Dakota from Bold and Bonkers as well.
okay.
They're other ones that are really cool.
Great. Yeah, I can't wait to talk to them. I'm gonna
Thank
let's
you,
see
Terry.
what can I'll put in my email address just so everyone can because I want to get your guys' email addresses too, and then we can maybe make a group chat or something like that and get something worked out with Drew and Bald and Bonkers, and that'd be awesome to collaborate with both of those guys.
Yeah, but well,
I'll put in.
I know that a lot of them have got my email. I've got you on Facebook now, so I could send you my email so you can get hold of me, and then I might be able to sort you out Drew's and Chris's emails
Okay.
so that you can get hold of them.
Excellent.
Or add them on Facebook. You got Drew. You'll see them on my friends list.
Okay.
You've got Chris Mule, and then the other one is Adriana Brown. Go and look on them, and you can add them that way. Danny, my pups is on there as well. There's a lot of these guys that you're seeing in this room are on my Facebook, so just go through and have a look, and whoever you see that looks familiar or seems okay, then just add them. If you're not sure, just ask me, I'll tell you.
Adriana Brown, I just added.
Yeah,
her.
and Chris Mule, and then you've got Dakota Ferguson.
Dakota Ferguson.
Yeah, he's the other part of Chris. If you add Chris, Chris will be able to give you Dakota's name because I can't spell that his surname properly.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely get in touch with you and find out who I haven't found yet. And
Yeah, I've got
get in touch with them.
people on there, and I've got quite a big community on YouTube as well. So if there's anyone you're not sure of, or hello Astro, if there's anyone that needs any help, or you need any suggestions on anyone because you're not sure, I'll help you if I know them.
Real name is Chris
I always wrote it in the room. That's how you put it.
Moule.
You speak to him, he'll be able to speak to his co-host, which is Dakota, because they both work together. So he'll just say to him, "We've got an interview on whatever date," and they'll be there.
Just added Chris.
There you go. You both added my angels.
Chris, I like your John Deere hat in your profile picture. Excellent. Yeah, so we're getting connected. I love it.
Yeah, you've been added, sis, and so have you, brother Chris. You've both been added.
Yep. Another one, Cassie is really good about getting everyone's information to me. So
Thank you,
Pops
Drew.
is
Dear.
looking amazing.
Yep.
yeah, unbelievable weight loss. That's so awesome, Danny. I can't wait to follow you on your channel. I got you subscribed. I'm subscribed now.
There is nobody like my pups, believe me.
I will be there. Well, hey guys, we just did 3 hours.
We have.
out.
I think this is the longest interview I have ever done.
Well, you're a natural.
This is the first 3-hour interview I have ever done.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
You
this
did
has
great.
been awesome. You did really good.
When it's my interviews, that's different matter. I do very long shows and stuff like that, but somebody physically interviewing me, it's normally about an hour and a half. So this is really cool. I've broke the record for the longest interview.
Oh, very good. Yeah, you did excellent. And we really appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us, even though you didn't have to get up super early. It's been a lot of fun.
I appreciate you even having me on here, and I appreciate my sister Cassie for coming over and telling me about you guys. So thank you as well, sweetheart. Best angel in the world.
Cassie's the best. She's always helping people out.
And I love my sis. I love her. I love all of you. You'll find that out.
Well, we'll have to have you back on for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm more than happy. Now that we've got to know each other and we've got past that little scary moment, we're we're ready. Maybe you should come on one of my shows for an interview.
I will do that.
It's not going to be complicated questions.
Okay.
It's just a way to help you and your channel get out there. That's what I like to do. Try and help people that are smaller channel to get out there. So it's really hard to reach a goal sometimes.
You guys both have stuff flying behind you, I swear.
And I mean, both of you. Like, you can come on together if you want to. You and Sonny can come on together if it's more comfortable for you both.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, we'll go on there.
That's awesome.
That'll be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Chad, now that one looked like a car going by, but that first one you pointed out, that didn't look like that.
Yeah. And it went the other direction too.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, no, normally when they're going by, because it's starting to get darker, you'll see it come to about here and it stops and then it disappears. If you're seeing anything coming from this way, it's spirit, believe me.
Yeah, the first one
that side.
Okay, the first one I saw was definitely from your left shoulder and went towards the window.
Thank you, Mulo. That is how they say it, isn't it? Malu.
Malu.
Sorry, I'm dyslexic as well, so some of the words I struggle with.
Think of like skip to Malu. Skip to Malu. I think it's Malu. Malu, clear up.
I just want the box on.
My darling.
Simon, thanks a lot, man. Once again, awesome to see you and Sherry. I like it when familiar faces come together. Me too, man. And it's been awesome having you in the chat too.
You about the angel, the fairy that was seen in my video, going above my head.
What was that?
You know, when in the interview earlier when we was talking, and I told you about the fairy that I'd seen go above my head.
Yeah.
But it was Chris from Bold and Bonkers come on one of my first ever interviews with me to help him out, and he was the person that witnessed it.
Oh, cool.
He was so taken by it. He was like, it was his face. He was just like,
well, that's something we'll have to ask him about for sure.
It's on my channel. There, like you might find it. It's got like angel wings, and there's one that's 2 minutes long, and there's one that's 9 minutes long, and it says contact with Chris, but it says Age of Darkness because his channel used to be Age of Darkness. You'll see it in there. You'll see it move above my head. You'll see that it's a fairy. It's
awesome.
mad.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you guys go, and I'm going to shut the old channel down here. But Sherry,
well, talk to you guys later.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Danny. We're going to have you on too.
Hey, happy birthday, Danny. You're awesome,
Thank
buddy.
you. Happy birthday, Pups. I love you very much.
Happy birthday,
Thank
Danny.
you very much. Thank you
Please
very
enjoy
much.
the rest of your day.
And guys in the ring, thank you for coming and supporting my interview and supporting my pups and supporting everybody. We love you, and please come over to our communities. We love you.
We will for sure. Thanks, Sherry. We're going to send everyone to you.
Thank you so much. You were an awesome guest, Sherry.
Thank you. Love you all.
Love you too. Have a good rest of your day.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Well, that was great, man.
That was a very good interview. We're going to have her back on.
You want to jump off here when we end it, or you want to drop a link? Party a while?
Let's see. I haven't eaten yet today. I'm probably going to hop off and get some food, and then my mom's coming over to help out with some cleaning. She's got to help her son out.
I started having internet problems, so I'm going to fix that real quick, too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll probably catch you on here in a little bit.
Yeah, we might jump back on later, guys. Not live. We'll drop a link if we do.
Yeah, we can do that. So, thanks everyone for hanging out. Man. Yeah, we'll see you on Thursday morning, 8 o'clock Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. We're going to have Bigfoot Anon hanging out with us and talking Bigfoot and Sasquatch and all kinds of other cryptids. So please join us on Thursday morning, and we will see you guys then.
Friday at Paranormal Chop Shop.
Oh, yeah, Friday, Paranormal Chop Shop.
6 o'clock.
And this channel has merch too. ChadSmithPodcast.com. If you guys want to check out some new merch that we've got on there, hoodies, t-shirts, coffee mugs, all kinds of stuff, stickers. So check that out. I put it in the comments.
And Simon, if you want to come and hang out with us at Paranormal Chop Shop, I'll drop you a link, even if I have to do it in chat, buddy. Come and hang out with us Friday. Come on the show if you're free.
Simon. Come on with us. That'd be awesome, man. We'll see you guys.
Yeah, thanks, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to end it with, all right, we'll just pretend that never happened. All right, and we'll see you guys next time on Thursday. Peace.